revealed your firm decision to use your opportunities for the intended purpose, which is serving our country. I should be making those calls to find out how things are going and getting the usual responses from some of you. And some of the responses would be, we are trying. Our implementation plan is on course. We are making progress. Our strategies need amendment. It's not easy. We are doing our best. And Omani, you know that you and I have an outstanding meeting of the Ghana Armed Forces Council. You and I pledged to take our assignment very, very seriously. We agreed, among other things, to avoid tall and cluttered agenda by clearing items expeditiously. You had a positive reaction to the prospect of working more closely with me. I was even more excited by the prospect of learning from you. Yes, this is one more time to remind ourselves that man proposes, God disposes. My colleagues, I wish all of you peaceful rest. I thank each one of you for your examples of selflessness, commitment to duty, and your abiding belief in the ability of our country to be better for all of us. I pray that we can all gather the strength to say and believe with the hymnist that through the love of God our Savior, all is well. You are always with us, my colleagues, in the business of resetting our country and of guiding our steps through the legacies of humanness, loyalty, justice, dedication, determination, trust, and sheer hard work. Thanks for leaving these gifts with us and more of them forever. Rest in peace.
A founding member of the NDC in Ashanti region, Dr. Sapon was instrumental in building the party office and Shaiso. He treated all with respect, regardless of political affiliation, creed, or color. His humility endeared him to the grassroots of the party as much as to all national leaders. He's calm, dependable, and meticulous. He was a leader who believed in service above self, a quality rooted in his background as a police officer. Beyond politics, he was installed at Nkosohene of Cape Coast and was a devoted family man, married to Mrs. Hannah Sapon and blessed with 5 children, 4 sons and 1 daughter. On that fateful day, Dr. Sapon's life of service was cut short in the line of duty when he lost his life with 7 other gallant compatriots in a tragic helicopter crash at Sikaman in the Ashanti region. The NDC has lost more than a leader. We've lost a pillar of integrity, a strategist, and a unifier, whose wisdom and courage were invaluable to our cause. His absence leaves a deep void in our collective struggle and the hearts of all who knew him. Dr. Samuel Sapon's legacy will forever be etched in the history of our great party and the memory of the nation he served so faithfully. His life reminds us that true leadership is measured not by titles held, but by the lives we've touched and the values we've upheld. Rest well, comrade. Your work is done, your race is run, and your name will live in the annals of the NDC. Cadets may go, cadets may come, but the revolution has come to stay. Rest in perfect peace.
Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency Lordina Dramani Mahama, Your Excellency Jeremiah Kung, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Your Excellencies, former Presidents and Vice Presidents of the Republic of Ghana, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, His Lordship, the Acting Chief Justice, the Chief of Staff and senior government officials, senior service and security chiefs, members of the diplomatic corps, our bereaved families, fellow mourners, distinguished guests, my dear countrymen and women. Today's events conclude the state funeral for the eight officers and personnel who lost their lives in the tragic helicopter crash of 6th August 2025. Though I'm sure that individually and collectively, our nation will continue to mourn as we find ways to hold tightly the memories of these men and to honor their legacies. There is no making sense of what happened. Despite whatever technical reasons or official explanations an investigation will yield, a loss of this magnitude and in this manner will never make sense to the grieving heart. What we can do, each of us in our own way, as we try to come to terms with this tragic loss, is to move in the direction of peace within our communities and families, having been reminded of how fragile life can be. Also, we can embrace the vision we shared with our fallen brothers for a stronger and more prosperous homeland. What we can do together as a nation is make sure that the lives of those who remain, specifically the children of our 8 brothers, do not become the collateral damage of this tragedy. Grief can sometimes leave us feeling helpless and disempowered, but we're far from that. So it is with all this in mind that I would like today to announce the government's decisions to honor the service of these individuals and secure the futures of those they left behind. I humbly request the spirit of compassion that is the hallmark of our nation for these bereaved families. Promotions in our armed forces are never given lightly, and posthumous promotions are the highest mark of respect for duty performed even unto death. Accordingly, I have approved the following. Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala is promoted to the rank of Wing Commander. Flying Officer Manan Chun Ampedu is promoted to the rank of Flight Lieutenant. Sergeant Ernest Adomensa is promoted to the rank of Flight Sergeant. These are not just symbolic gestures. They represent the rightful place these officers have earned in our Republic's roll of honor, and the benefits due to their families will be reflected in these new ranks. The Chief of the Defense Staff will oversee the ceremonial presentation of the posthumous promotion insignias to their families. Our other colleagues who were civilians will be posthumously recognized at the next National Honors Ceremony. The next decision that the government has made is for the creation of a Children's Support Fund for the children of the victims of the 6th August helicopter crash. The purpose of this fund is clear. It is to ensure that the children left behind will never be deprived of the opportunities, the care and the security that their parents worked so hard to provide for them. We Ghanaians live in a culture that upholds collective responsibility, especially where community and family are concerned. Think about it. How often do we meet one another and ask about their child, and in so doing, claim that child as ours? It is common to hear us say, "How is my daughter?" or "How is our small boy?" We take on the responsibility of raising the children of our relatives who are not as financially capable as us, or paying the school fees of a domestic worker's child. Sometimes we even pay for the medical cost of children who are complete strangers to us. And that is what Dr. Omaniboama did when he pledged to pay for surgery for Seto, a physically disabled 9-year-old boy, so that he would no longer be reliant on the wheelchair that he had been using to get around. After fully paying for the surgery, Omani could have continued with his own affairs and not giving another thought to the boy or his situation. Because Omani had a full life with a demanding job, a wife and 3 children of his own to look after. Yet somehow, even with all those constraints on his time, Dr. Omaniboama set aside a few quiet moments and he put pen to paper.
I believe there's a reason and there's a purpose. So for me, the president instituting this educational fund and also promoting them posthumously, I think that it is a step in the right direction. It is a sign of compassion. It is a sign that Ghana is worth living for. So,
let me not cut you on this one, but there's a call for this fund to be made national, so that it doesn't only end with the families of these men, but it will be a fund that caters for any of such.
We are talking about it at the presidency because of the importance the president attaches to it. It's a project that he wants to see succeed. Now, the first strategy the bankers themselves gave us is that at least each of the banks that will show up are going to pick 5 projects, 5 bankable projects for this year. And they expect that next year when we return to Kwewu, they will invite those 5 people that they helped or assisted to come and testify. So if this continues for the next 5 years, each bank picking minimum 5 people, 5 enterprises to support, the following year doing the same, I'm sure by the end of his 4-year tenure, we'll have over 600 enterprises that we can pinpoint and say that these are things that President Mahama started. And so basically this is about it. It's going to be an annual event. Even though the name is titled Kwewu Business Forum, I think going into the future, it could be national in character, whereby business people will travel from all over the country to converge at Kwewu and to have interaction with bankers and public institutions. So, for example, it should be possible that somewhere along the line next year, they could have maybe the Commissioner General of GRA trying to explain to businesses the advantages they can have and things like that. So basically it will just be around how to grow businesses.
I can assure you we are in full swing with my other colleagues in the directorate. We are working in tandem to make sure that the strategy he gave us, we are going to implement this to the fullest. My other colleague is already in the field, handling some other sector of the election. We are working closely to make sure that we defeat MPP to his glory, and we are going to do the same. We are preparing seriously towards the elections. Our teams are ready, our strategy, everything, our blueprint as to how to come back to the election, everything is set, and we are good to go.
He has also picked an intelligence and is communicating to the security authorities that those with the state power now, that they are in charge of our security, must take in charge of our culture and allow. They should not allow macho men and vigilante elements to go there to create any confusion during the voting day, because much of people don't have any business in Akotia on 2nd of September. So Yaonu has been around for long, a very senior officer of this country, of Ghana Police, and he is now the IGP. He must demonstrate enough competency that he's in.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, so Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Good morning. Today is the 19th of August 2025. I want to say a big thanks to you for tuning into the show. This is the Good Morning Ghana show here on Metro Television. My name is Audu Moro, and it's always a pleasure to welcome you here. But more importantly, I want to say a big thanks to the Almighty God for keeping us alive and kicking and giving us a rare privilege of returning here to join the nation's conversation with a big conversation that's taking place or that's happening in our dear country, Ghana. So I'll go straight ahead and look at the front pages of the newspapers that we have today. Now, Daily Graphic this morning says that Ghana begins legal timber exports under new EU legal framework. 998 prisoners granted presidential pardon. Agrada, Hatuesia not included. Government to introduce STEM subjects at basic level. Written WASI starts tomorrow. Women protest against Bumpurugu Nangbanduri clashes. The Ghanaian Times. Traveling of Angkor in Sawam Road, a hellish. Contractor assures relief soon. Government releases $77 million for project. There's B-STEM, initiative for basic school teachers launched. Borderless Africa visa-free movement campaign picks up steam. Helicopter crash. President thanks Ghanaians international community for support. The Daily Guide. Mother whips cheating son's corpse at accident scene. And then there's government receives over 200 prophecies, 80% of no use. Bahama grants amnesty to 998 prisoners. There's gold board enforces receipt in gold trade. The Insight. Mediocre propaganda. Minister slams ex-MPP MP over Mahama jet claims. And there's towards ensuring benefits of upstream investment and national data resources. GMPC, Petroleum Commission deepening collaboration with new agreement. Africa without aid and Ghana without excuses. Our health sovereignty crossroads. Ghana language dying. Teach it in Greater Accra schools. Abula, Jasihine appeals to government. Report reveals sanctions kill more people every year than wars. Peace and unity of Jamestown, my priority, says Na Afripon IV as she's installed as a Queen Mother. The Daily Post. Mahama Professor Opoku Ajimain thanked Ghanaians for solidarity after helicopter crash. President Mahama grants amnesty to 998 prisoners. Joycelyn launches comprehensive training program for 250 constituents in mushroom farming and processing. Otafu MP goes over Mahama's trip to Japan. The Daily Searchlight. Mahama has abandoned the Kufuor's project that creates employment, Apenyo marking. There's ban small-scale mining, Galamsey now. Movement for change tells government. Extend farmers awards to basic and senior high schools to inspire youth, according to Showboy. Open letter to the president. Ghana can be transformed in 3 years, says Tasman Owusu Cheneboa. And ban small-scale mining, Galamsey now. Movement for change tells Ghanaians. Well, I've looked at that already. Now, there's Metro Lens, BOG, Pokwase in Sawam Road as Maripoma returns to site after receiving 809 million cedis from government. Spring Park elects new executives. The President Mahama frees 998 prisoners. The Business and Financial Times. Energy, cocoa sector debt could derail fiscal gains. World Bank. FEDCO redeems commercial paper. And there's also Regulus Group appoints Mavis Amega as MD and Group Chief Legal Officer. There's GHIB, Vista Bank Group announced strategic collaboration, GIP to provide access to global finance and correspondent banking for Vista Bank. And falling interest rates, an opportunity for early adopters to be market leaders in Islamic banking. All right, so that's it for the papers that we have this morning. Please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana. I'll introduce my guests shortly.
Here at Mycom JA Limited to show you the Promethean Active Panel, the ultimate tool for corporate institutions, hospitals, schools, and your home. With its crystal clear 4K display and an unbreakable screen with an ultra responsive touch technology, this isn't just a screen, it's a game changer. For corporate institutions and in schools, this active panel can be used for Zoom meetings and PowerPoint presentation. And oh, your homes are not left behind. You can use it to watch all your favorite programs by just connecting to a Fire Stick, and you can get access to channels like Netflix and Amazon, and voila, you are in there. At Mycom JA Limited, we provide you with the best quality products from the United States of America with 1-year warranty. You can get an active panel at a discounted price of 18,000 Ghana cedi only, and it comes with a Fire Stick, a webcam, and a micro system. You can locate us at Chado Container behind the Trade Fair. Visit Mycom JA Limited today and elevate your tech.
Me chechi woni nara me din e de baby da pa me dia de sonko kra na ebremo nya de to aduane mo ama waduane e de pa na me de bremo eno any some spices de e bu wa wo bebre o various flavors ubenya e yakoko ubenya nyantwie ye de ku jollof mu ma emu ye de ubenya ye de ku nkwan ye de ku froye mu ho na ko pebito na ema waduane enye de unyimi nia ye nkwan konko tie nyankofo eka.
Autant de communication, ni all enjoy Oduba, that Samu spices. One in the essence, no time. I should get that Samu spices in a Sabi, daddy so say. Samu spices, Moon Samu.
Samu spices, Yama chicken.
Samu spices. In Sanaka in Kitswa, measure 10 grams. You want chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, and jollof, and the flavors of Bebre.
Samu spices, yes, Saka.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
my friends, my name is Calcate Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calcate. Happy smile.
I'm a brand manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Immortal. Wale, send your blessing, come down. Jaja, send your blessing, come down. Abrami boy, me many marabiadia. I just want food. Jaja, send your blessing, come down.
Yay! Send your blessing, come down. Jaja, send your blessing, come down.
Immortal. Wale, send your blessing, come down. Jaja, send your blessing, come down. Abrami boy, me many marabiadia. I just want food. Jaja, send your blessing, come down.
Yay! Send your blessing, come down.
Happy birthday to Annie Uncle. We really love you and we know how you do it. This morning, I know what you can do. Breakfast for all the food.
A million magic wishes to you, Annie. I'm so happy for you today. You can see it from my face. I love you. Enjoy your day today.
So I'm going to say happy birthday to Annie Uncle. You're like a big sister in our heart. Honestly, thank you so much for always being there for us, taking care of the whole crew, looking out for us, and loving us, especially like your younger siblings. And it's been amazing working with you. Sometimes, even though it's tough, sometimes you just have to allocate production. So yeah, I'm going to say happy birthday, and we love you so much.
Mama Oli Madam, I'm wishing you happy birthday. Important one, more life and more prosperity and long life. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you.
Happy birthday to you, Annie. May God bless you. May God protect you. And more money, more life, more success.
Happy birthday to Annie, our mother, our big sister, our best friend. And say, may the Lord bless you. May your ear be increased, fruitful, everything you want. We pray God to grant you your wishes, everything in life. May this year be fruitful and increased.
Happy birthday to you, Annie Uncle, to a good woman, a kind boss, and a great person. I am super excited. Today you are a year younger, healthier, and wiser. May God grant you all your heart desires. I promise, I'm buying you Benz. I will buy you Benz today. Happy birthday to you, Annie, once again. God bless you.
Hi, Annie. We say happy birthday to you. This is from the Think Team.
Hello to you, Annie Ampofo, and wishing you the very best of your day. Today is your birthday. Metro TV loves you. Money Rush, we love you. And we're wishing you a super, super day.
Anyone said,
more than 2 minutes.
Anyone said,
Can you please give me Bluetooth?
Anyone said, why are you coming by this time?
Is it the time you are supposed to come to work?
Anyone said, Anyone said, where are the pen for the guests? Where are the pen for the guests? Where's the video? Where's the video? Where's the picture? Pick it, Vanessa, where's the slack?
Let them come. Don't let them come.
Anyone said,
well, you're live in Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. Now, this show is also live on 94.1 FM on your radio dial. So, yes, you heard it. One of my best friends, colleague here at work, Annie Efua Ampofo, is celebrating her birthday today. What can we say? What can we say? Fantastic lady, hardworking, intelligent, very passionate about what she does. And so I can only wish you the best. And on behalf of everybody here, the production team, the technical crew, management, and the owners of this company, happy, happy, happy birthday. We appreciate you so, so, so very much because you have done a lot, not just for yourself, for this company. And I don't think there's we have enough to appreciate you for everything that you've done. But there's one thing I'm going to do, which I'm sure she will not be happy with me. They say ladies don't tell their age. And I am just privileged by virtue of how close I am with her that she's told me her age. And so I'm going to, I have to say it in our local parlance, to say, they go brown you. Yeah, they go brown. Today I'll brown hair. So happy 45th birthday to you, Annie Efua Ampofo. Happy 45th birthday to Annie Efua Ampofo. You know, she looks very good for her age, you know, as someone who's 45. And she looks, when you see her, she looks 18. But she's 45.
Annie, I hope you're watching. I haven't said a word.
She's 45. You know, when she was 40, we celebrated her birthday together. And it's in 5 years on, so it's very easy to do the calculation. It's very easy to do the calculation. You know, she and I went to a very beautiful Chinese restaurant, and that's where I did my little widow's mite by celebrating her 40th birthday, which was 5 years ago. Yes, which was in 2020. So 45. Yeah. But she looks good for her age, doesn't she?
She does. She
yeah,
is.
Yeah, it looks very cute.
I only sense mischief, so I don't think I will comment on the age. I would only rather want to wish her a glorious happy birthday.
Mischief,
you know,
mischief for whose part?
I won't say. You know, I have known Annie.
So let me tell you something.
Now me too. I did brown you.
I was hesitating. You know, I was hesitating. I was hesitant. Rather use that word to pronounce her age. But you know what she's done? Now she says she's giving me the permission to actually even add 5.
Oh.
And that is 50.
Okay.
Yes, 50.
Okay.
50.
Okay.
Yes, 50. But as for 50, it won't take.
50.
It's the 45, please. Don't even bring yourself. It's 45. Let's take with the 45. Anyway, so the man you're short. So once again, happy birthday. Don't mind me. I don't know her age. I beg you. I don't know Annie's age. She's never told me. Don't mind me. But so the man in your shot is a Deputy Chief Executive Officer of Ghana's Forestry Commission. But before then, he has been helping his party in organizing. And so, Deputy National Youth Organizer of the NDC.
Deputy National Organizer.
Deputy National Organizer of the NDC. Absolutely, that's true. And the Deputy Youth is Rusedo.
Yes.
Sorry about that. It's the Deputy National Organizer of the NDC. But I'm wondering, how do you... I mean, when I host some of your colleagues here who are holding dual positions, I keep asking them, how how are they able to combine the two roles? First of all, good morning. It's good to see you.
Yes.
And I'm sure that you would want to also wish Annie happy birthday even before we kickstart our conversation, because he starts here till 10.
I swear.
So please, shoot.
Thank you so much, Moro,
Yes.
and good morning to our viewers as well. I have known Annie for a very long time. I don't want to compete with you as to when you knew her.
Yeah.
But I knew her when she was with a sister station.
Right.
And I recall I used to be a panelist on her program.
Yeah.
And she constantly always showed concern about my family. And she always would ask, how is your daughter? How is your son? How is your daughter? How is your son? And, and all that. And constantly, that has been the case. So we were very good friends. I recall we once hung out, and I had a lot of questions in my inbox about her. Who is this lady? Who are them?
Okay.
But Annie is a very good friend of mine, and I just want to wish her a glorious happy birthday. I admire the things she does. She gives off her best at what she does. I'm so sure she's very well loved where she is, and I wish her the best of all she wished for herself. Yes, that is all I want to say. Yes.
Maybe you may want to join me for us to sing the birthday song.
With my croaky voice?
Well, no, it's not croaky. It's
We'll
okay.
try that.
We can manage that.
Okay.
Manage that. So let's go.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. How old are you now? 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 I thought you were 45. I thought you were 45. But now you tell me you are 50. What do I do now? And then there's a final one. Where is your boyfriend? Where is your boyfriend?
You haven't even brought her a cake or anything. You're asking all these questions.
This is oh, it was supposed to be a surprise. You two, eh? Oh, you spoiled the surprise. Eh? Where is your boyfriend? Where is your boyfriend? Where is your boyfriend? Where is your boyfriend? Please, we need Annie here. We have a lot of questions for her. Please.
But now she should be sleeping. Okay, she's producer, so she's still around, I guess.
No, the unfortunate thing is that, you know, because she's the boss here, I don't know who can bring her here.
You see?
That's the problem. That's the problem. But I know somebody who knows a soft spot. Vanessa, please, let's see what you can do. Anyway.
Maybe before the program ends, maybe she will.
Yes. Because we just need two answers. We just need to know the age and...
after wishing her 45th birthday, you're now asking her to confirm or deny?
Well, you know, she's telling me it's not true.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
She's thrown me under the bus. It's okay. So she should come and tell us. And tell us who her boyfriend is. Anyway. So, Elike.
Yes, my brother.
So once again, good to have you join us. And
I'm very
it's been a while, though.
It's really been a while. Yes.
And I hope family is fine. Forestry Commission, everything is okay. But before you get on with the conversation about how the Forestry Commission is doing, I want to know how are you combining party pressure with the work, with your work as deputy, CEO of the Forestry Commission?
You know, I never said this anywhere, but maybe today I would have to. It's all about time management.
Okay.
And I have scheduled my week in a certain order. Mondays, the beginning of the week, so very, very busy.
All right.
So I don't hold any party-related meetings unless it is very essential and maybe urgent. Tuesdays, we regularly will have some what we call our FLECT meetings. So Tuesdays will have me easily be at the party head office.
Okay.
So for those who want to meet me on Tuesdays, I give that to them. Wednesdays are dedicated for my party people at the Forestry Commission. And so...
That's on Wednesdays?
Yes, Wednesdays.
Is it the whole day? Not at a specific time?
The larger part of the day.
Okay.
Yes, maybe from 10:30 to 4. Yeah, and it's a whole queue.
I think you are more conscious about serving Ghanaians, but at the same time also being more specific about
yeah,
serving
it's a duty we must uphold. You cannot forget where you're coming from. The very people who have uplifted you there. And I have always said this, being in that position does not mean you are the best fit or you are better than all the others. There are those who may even visit in your office who are very well informed on the position you occupy. So it shouldn't be a reason for you to assume that you are the all in all. And Thursdays, Fridays are very busy as well as you are trying to wrap up. So it has helped me in managing that. And the other concern has been about answering of calls.
Yeah.
It's the elephant in the room with all of us. I mean, you may do your best, but come what may, there may even be some people who unfortunately become victims constantly. He may call you today and the timing is wrong. Call you tomorrow, the timing is wrong. Call you the next day, the timing is wrong. Call you the 4th of it, and it will be as though you are deliberately avoiding something. I, for instance, when I see a missed call on my phone, I hate to see that.
Yeah.
And so you do not know why the person has called. So I would want to quickly call back when I get the least chance to inquire and apologize for that.
Yeah.
I know it's not easy, but we will have to just navigate that.
Do your best.
Yes, yeah. So that has been the case.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But apart from that, everything's fine.
All is fine. All is very fine. Especially considering the fact that you have a president who is very visionary.
Right.
And trust me, within 7-8 months, has demonstrated that the goodwill of the people still resides in him. The confidence reposed in him, the trust by the Ghanaian people is not taken for granted. He is not abusing that power. He continually demonstrates statesmanship, a leader who knows the focus and is bent on leaving a legacy and not moved by any form of distraction by any detractor, rather just what he intends to do. And you can tell, I mean, for this greater part, almost 95% of his stewardship, he has governed with 56 appointees, 56 ministers, and delivered, and continually delivering. So we can only continue to pray for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and we, his appointees, to also continue in that same stead, to lead in his exemplary leadership. Yes.
Your boss is Dr. Hughes Adokwe Mensah?
Dr. Brown, yes. Dr. Brown is my CEO.
How's he doing?
Acting CEO. He's very good. He's doing well. Yes.
How is it like working with him? I mean, and it's not something I'm doing exclusively with you. I mean, anytime I have a deputy CEOs of some of these parastatals, anytime they come, I do these kinds of conversations with them. So I want to know how is it like?
Fortunately,
what kind of person is he? He appears to be very quiet.
Yeah, he's a very quiet person, and I must say that he is an industry person. So very knowledgeable when it comes to his technical know-how of the Forestry Commission.
Okay.
And so he has in-depth knowledge about the field. He's a prim and proper forester, and myself also. With my background as a politician and also having been in management for a while, I think it makes a perfect blend.
Right.
And over time, I am sure that will be a perfect bond than even before.
Okay.
And that is what I look forward to. And I'm inspired by the fact that our sector minister continually challenges us to give off more than our best whenever we can, in order to deliver on the mandate of His Excellency the President. And that has been the core mandate that we've been championing at the Forestry Commission. A fantastic team that are ready to always deliver, to show you the way and guide you navigate the nuances in Forestry Commission. It is equally also a minefield on the basis that there are so many things that go on there. At the Forestry Commission, you know, when it comes to galamsey, when it comes to illegal logging, and how we are polluting our water resource and natural resources as well, to the vegetation cover that we are depleting, deforestation. We now need to look at reclamation and many others. So there's a whole lot for us to do there. It's a very busy commission, with a staff strength of above 4,000 thereabouts. So
that's huge.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Yeah.
You know, maybe one of these days what you need to do, and I don't know that Dr. Hughes, your boss is listening, but I think you need to pay for some airtime and come and talk about the forestry.
We'll need to have more media engagement, I must admit.
You need to.
We'll need to do more media engagement.
I think you people are too quiet. It's a very, very, very important institution because it has a direct impact on our lives.
Yeah, it's about an environment as well. It's about livelihood, about...
One more day, come and pay. It's an executive interview. You know what people questions. You know, you may want to either bring him yourself.
Maybe soon we may, aside even having more of the media engagement, we may even have a Forest TV that would need to partner other media houses to constantly showcase what's happening either on weekly basis to update the citizenry on what we are doing. Then they get to appreciate the fact that there's no single day that anybody just sits in the office doing nothing. We're more than concerned about the things happening around us, and this environmental degradation or environmental criminals who are embarking on the exercises to scorch our surface and deny us of a clean environment, just at the mercy of their enterprise, which is to make them amass wealth for themselves. So there's a lot of tasks ahead of us to do. But I have always said that I am glad President Mahama has shown the political will to fight all of this head on. Then to also instill in us that enforcement. But the other challenge, however, is that many do not know that the Forestry Commission is not a fully weaponized or militarized institution that is supposed to be wielding sophisticated weapons to combat these people. When you go to our neighboring countries, their forest commissions are always a detachment of the military.
Right.
So you have military men, they are all 95% or more, 99% of them are military men working for Forestry Commission. And so when you are even deploying into the forest, etc., you know you are deploying fully armed, weaponized men and women into the forest. But here we are, civilians performing those roles, and often than not, you even see how what we hold. We are wielding hunting guns. So it is the Wildlife Division who is mostly licensed to hold those weapons. And it's nowhere near the sophisticated weapons that these mercenaries are now bringing into the country in order to fight the commission when we need to confront them. So it's a huge menace. And nobody, as Deputy CEO or Acting Deputy CEO, I'm not sure I will be happy to put my men or put our men in harm's way. But we've had instances where a few lives were lost in the past. Some were hacked, macheted, and Suleiman, I recall, I even visited him in Kumasi, and this cannot be countenanced. So I am happy that, this also dovetails into the gallant 8 that we lost. But for Galamsey, they would have been alive. Dr. Omani, Dr. Mutala, Alaji Limona, Dr. Sapon, Samuel Abuaje, and the 3 crew. But for Galamsey, they would have been alive because they were going on a program to commission a project that is aimed at responsible mining. And this happened. And so we could not be, we can no longer treat these matters with velvet gloves. And if I tell you how Dr. Omani, for instance, was very, very committed to supporting my sector minister, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofibua, to fight this, it dealt him a real blow. It dealt him a real blow. But I'm convinced again that there's going to be a more renewed energy and towards this fight. And I'm looking forward to the robust measures His Excellency the President will be rolling out soon in order to ensure we curb this or nip it in the bud and not allow it to fester, because it has gotten to a point where we can no longer joke with this. Apart from maybe the Volta, OT, Greater Accra, and I think Savannah or so, northern region, where you can say there are no mining going on. I mean, we cannot continue in this way. So there's a lot of things, there are a lot of things we need to do, Moro. Right. Education is very key, and this involves you in the media space, because you are the champions of education. Imagine that, Moro, every day you choose 5 minutes in the morning to just talk on illegal mining, environmental degradation, and advocacy for all of that. It means that as a citizen, you are playing your part. Other media houses are doing that. Imagine that we are able to engage our traditional authorities who are largely the custodians of our lands. And so if they buy into the fact that this scourge must be fought head on, it means the battle is half won. The long-term program will be to even engage GES. Let's have forest clubs. Should we engage Ministry of Tourism? Let's have forest festivals. Let's engage in rhymes and poems, because the purpose of education is to reform and solve societal problems. So the problems of Western region will not be the same as the problems of Eastern region or Greater Accra. So we should have forest clubs over there. Our educational curriculum should be looking at something that would intensify advocacy at those levels to imbibe in our younger ones the culture of saving the environment. You recall when we were young, we used to watch Captain Planet. What was Captain Planet about? It was just about the environment. Right. It was just about that. Today, you want to tune to that, and nobody, probably our kids will not like to watch that. They will want to watch, is it Ben 10 and the new sensations and all that.
But I'm sure if we bring it back,
we can bring them back. So you see, so we
there was earth, there was water,
yes,
there was
water,
fire,
and there was even one guy in there who's Ghanaian.
Kwame, my friend, Kwame.
Air, water, and you know. So we need to revisit some of these things, and I'm sure that we can be able to achieve a lot more. So we just have not taken time to reflect on some of these. When you and I were watching Captain Planet those days, we didn't see it. It was more fun to us about how the actions were going on than how the planeteers were fighting the pollutions in the water bodies and all of that. So there's a lot of work we need to do that requires everybody's participation.
Anyway, so also joining us this morning is Dr. Ezekiel Ejekum Obeng the late. He's not dead. He's alive. He's not
reminds
dead.
me of
He's alive. Today he turned up late, which is very unusual of him. Anyway, Doc, good morning. It's good to have you join us.
And good morning to
Good morning.
Yes.
Dr. Ejekum, before you even go ahead, Dr. Ejekum is was the spokesperson for the 2024 manifesto team of Dr. Mahmoud Bamia on health matters. Yes, on health matters. Yes.
Okay.
The title is important before you go ahead. Yes. Please go ahead.
And good morning to our cherished viewers who have taken their time to join us this morning. And I remember I came from Legon.
Okay.
He was contesting JCR president.
Right.
Or Hall president.
No.
Regardless. You are Legon, right?
I was at Cape Coast Polytechnic. I was the SRC president and later became the coordinating secretary for genetics.
Then names...
Where you may have heard of me was when I was shot by the police and taken to cells a few times.
No, I don't think so. And he's taking... Well, today is Annie's birthday.
Yes.
A warm wishes to Annie, and we pray for long life, good health for her. And tomorrow also happens to be the birthday of the former Second Lady. Her Excellency Samira Bawumia.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Her birthday is tomorrow. So we extend a warm wishes to her. And in advance, may God answer her prayers. And Elikem took to the market and enumerated a lot and sought to sing praises, and it's in order. It's well expected. I expected nothing more than what Elikem has done. But before we even start, let's join colleagues across the country to condemn the despicable act of violence meted out against the medical professionals at the Ridge Hospital. And
I've seen the health ministry.
Under no circumstance
of that.
should your workplace become hazardous to you. Under no circumstance should your security be at stake at your own workplace. And these are some of the silent battles health workers go through daily, that clearly we don't do a lot of PR things, so we tend not to come out publicly to tell the public what we endure. But physical harm, verbal abuse are very much
unacceptable
parts of our work. And the moment the health worker responds, it's rather the response that makes the headlines. So we condemn it, and we wish all affected persons speedy recovery. It's despicable, it's unnationalistic, and it's very unprofessional. I shouldn't go to work, and me as a clinician in wanting to help the sick, rather it becomes injurious to myself. And we should all be considerate and protect our personal safety. I always say that if you go for any medical school exam, viva or face-to-face, and a case is described to you that probably you are a doctor and you are traveling on a highway, you saw an accident and you want to help. Enumerate the steps you will take. If you don't start by saying that I would ensure my personal safety, your examiners might have issues with you.
Right.
Yes, you would want to help people, you would want to help those who are injured, and people who can be saved at the accident scene. But the first step to wanting to help people is to ensure your personal safety. Because if you are not safe, you won't be present to help those you want to help.
That's true.
So it's very key. And it's disheartening when you hear some of these things. And my brother said a lot and rounded up President Mohammed's 7 to 8 months in office as he been a visionary, and he has the goodwill of the people. He's done well by the people. And a lot of Ghanaians would beg to differ. There are 35,000 plus Ghanaian youth who were properly employed. They had been to school just like Elikem and myself, graduated, had done national service as expected, applied appropriately to government institutions to be given job to do. And contrary to a political party that mounted huge billboards telling Ghanaian youth that when you vote for us at any workplace that is public, and to an extent even private workplaces, we are not just going to have one person do one job. You have 3 persons do 3 jobs, doing 3 shifts, and be taking home individual salaries. Yet this government came and sought to rather impoverish the graduate Ghanaian who has been to school and want to be an example to others that education is the key. The government found a new term for education to rather say that education is rather detrimental to your future progress, hence laid them off unconstitutionally and unjustifiably, laid over 35,000 Ghanaian youth off. I don't think these 35,000 Ghanaian youth and their immediate and extended families would rate the government as high as Elikem has sought to do this morning. And talk of 56.
But how did you arrive at this number, the 35,000?
That's per our calculation that we did, and we even called for others to even come and possibly constitute a class action against the government. So if there are other contrary figures...
Was there any proof
we saw letters
that indeed
we saw letters
they had been illegitimately dismissed or illegally dismissed?
Otherwise, why would someone get employment, do your probation, and during the process of your confirmation, you are asked to go home? And in some bizarre conditions, even reasons were not even stated.
Right.
And we saw the letter from the presidency.
I'm talking about this 35,000.
That's per our calculation as a party and the little background checks that we did. If your media outlet has different
it would have been very
figures,
helpful if you had the breakdown. But I'm sure you didn't prepare for this.
We can always get the absolute.
But you can ask your research team to send you some breakdown.
Very well.
Oh, this sector, that sector, that sector.
Exactly.
That. Yeah. If you can do that whilst we're talking, that would be really helpful. Right.
And we talk of 56 ministers.
Yeah.
It's
now 60. It's no more.
The leanest government with the most insatiable appetite for state resources.
Okay.
Let's even look at the presidency alone. The figures the NDC in opposition was brandishing to Ghanaians was that the MPP under Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo had almost 1,000 presidential staffers. And to them, It was a drain on our national coffers. The country was hemorrhaging huge sums of money just to take care of these persons. Almost 1,000 presidential staffers, per their own calculations. Today we are told there are only 5 presidential staffers. Also, only 5. Yet if you compare the amount of money the government that exited at the beginning of this year was using to take care of the almost 1,000 presidential staffers that the NDC made us understand or believe, compare that to what the government is using today to take care of just 5 presidential staffers per their own narration, it clearly defies logic. So did you deliberately reduce the numbers from your 1,000 to 5 and rather amplified the monetary extension to the presidency to be expended on only 5 presidential staffers? About 3 billion Ghana cedi, compared to about 300 million under President Akufo-Addo for what you term as almost 1,000 presidential staffers. How can you say you're running lean government when you have an insatiable appetite for stradinam at the Jubilee House? So clearly, how much the state is expending alone on their so-called lean government is gargantuan, and it defies any financial reconciliation. We go ahead to talk about what the government has done, and there's showmanship of keen interest in fighting environmental degradation vis-a-vis Galamsey. It's worse off, and it's not according to me. It's according to the Trade Union Congress. And within 3 to 4 months of this administration, during the May Day celebration, Moro, it wasn't coming from the NPP. It wasn't coming from Elikem. It wasn't coming from myself. It was coming from the Trade Union Congress. And they told our president in the face that within 3 to 4 months of your administration, Galamsey is worse off. We have known NDC chairpersons fighting the military. Yet we've gone on the path of inaugurating and launching showmanship, publicly displaying the yellow submarines that the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources graduated. And the effects of such enterprise is cost 90. You went ahead to do the Blue Sky Army, the Blue Army, by the same ministry, and yet they can't provide us with a single strand of evidence to show that this is what the yellow submarine has done, and this is what the Blue Sky Army has also done to improve a lot. Galamsey is worse off. Known party functionaries are involved in Galamsey, and there's nothing to show that, indeed, there's an end in sight. Are we no more losing our children to heavy metals? Are water bodies no more polluted by heavy metals? There were stories of children being born with birth deformities as a result of bioaccumulation of heavy metals. All of a sudden, those stories are no more. So if within the 8 months, we are unable to walk our talk, the 3-shift system, we promised the Ghanaian youth that there's going to be an abundance of jobs such that we have to even import people to come into the country to come and work in Ghana. We are yet to see any evidence of that. Over 100 health facilities left to this government, Agenda 111. Not a single brick or block has been laid on any of those facilities. Agenda 111. In fact, it was very, very conspicuously silent in the budget of the government. Likewise, all other capital-intensive projects across the country. Look at how much commuters, travelers, and indigents and habitants along the Pokwasi to Nsawam road have to deal with. It's almost a nightmare. Anyone traveling on that stretch of road is always depressed. And that depression is not born out of the long journey the person is about to embark on. That small portion of road, you'll end up doing over 2 hours between Amasaman and Nsawam. We've not even quantified the amount we stand to lose in terms of air pollution. Moro, if you read the WHO report and even the World Bank report, globally, global GDP that is expended on air pollution alone, it's about 13%. Global GDP, air pollution, particularly from dust. And you can think of those who ply their trade along the Pokwasi to Sawam stretch of road, those who have their residence located along that stretch of road, the amount of dust they are inhaling. It's not just the discomfort on the road, and the people, the lives we are losing on the road. And worse off is when it rains. Trucks turning, killing people on the roads. I wish a research institution would do some cohort study. Just select the people who live along that stretch of road. Follow them to about 5 to 10 years later, and you would see the effect of the dust. And how much the state in the end would have to spend to manage these conditions that will come as a result of the dust pollution on our roads. You can read. The World Bank has a lot of reports on dust pollution where we've not even turned our minds to, and the effects it has on individual health and our health economy as a world and a country. Yet we are here to sing praises of the president. We are renting private jets in and out of the country. Yet the government made Ghanaians understand that the presidential jet we had in opposition was in a pristine state.
Which private jet?
The presidential jet we had.
No,
that's what the NDC told us.
No, I'm saying that you said the government is renting
we saw
jets.
our vice president coming from UK in a rented jet, isn't it? They should come with our presidential jet. Obviously not. And the government that told us that in opposition, our presidential jet was in a pristine state, was in a mint state, one of the best aircrafts in Africa. Yet we can't even see our president traveling with such a conducive airline or aircraft.
But at the time, what did you say?
We were in government. But the opposition even sought to believe that what we had stood the test of time.
No, I'm saying that.
It is not about what we had to say. It is what they told Ghanaians in opposition.
Right, I understand. I get that, but I'm saying that.
We believe their story. We believe their story.
No, I'm just asking questions. Right. Sorry.
We believe their story more.
I'm just saying that at the time that the NDC said that the aircraft or the presidential jet was in a pristine...
A mint state.
Sorry, mint state. Or in a pristine state. And that the president had no business renting a private jet. What was your argument at the time?
Personally, I believe the story of the NDC.
Okay.
Yes, I believe the story.
As in you personally?
Yes. And on this, I'm sharing my view. I believe the story.
But at least you recall at the time, you disagreed.
I didn't disagree.
No, not you, as in personally. I'm talking about collectively as a group. You said at the time that the private jet, the presidential jet was not in a very good condition. That's why the president, for his own safety, has had to rent a private jet. So I think that is only fair for anybody to logically ask, so what has changed? You know, that if you knew that the presidential jet had a problem, why is it that now you're expecting the president of the day to use the same presidential jet?
It's not the MPP expecting the president to use our presidential jet. And it is not me, Moro, expecting our president to use our presidential jet.
Right.
It is the NDC expecting the president to use the jet.
No, it's a fair point. I'm not quibbling or splitting hairs over that.
Yes.
I'm just saying that you today are fine with this presidential jet.
It's not me being fine with it. I'm detaching myself from the whole argument.
Okay.
And I'm detaching the MPP from the whole argument.
Okay. But no,
we are holding the NDC to their word.
Unfortunately.
Do you want to know our stand on the presidential jet today?
Unfortunately.
Yes.
You know, you are not here to speak for yourself.
The MPP.
You're speaking for the MPP.
Exactly.
And I'm saying that the party you speak for in the past has said that the presidential jet was not in a very good condition.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, who was then the spokesperson of Foreign Affairs, had disagreed and
not
felt
him,
that...
But we can go move on.
Yes, of course, and some other NDC spokespersons had felt that, look, it was a waste of the taxpayers' money, and that the president had no business renting a private jet when indeed our presidential jet was good to go.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm asking you because now you are the one talking. Well, of course, when it comes, it came out. But I'm saying that now you are talking. I'm saying that the party you are speaking for had a certain position in the past. And which position was that? There's something wrong with a presidential jet, and until and unless we fix it,
in the end, the party
nobody
and
should be asking the
government
president
departed from that
renting
stand because we reasoned with the NDC.
Well,
Did we go ahead with what the government had intended?
Yeah.
We agreed with the NDC.
In fact,
and
at
now,
some point, the president then had to start using
exactly.
the presidential
And
jet.
now the onus is rather on the NDC to even prove it.
Yeah, that indeed the jet is in a good condition.
The descriptions you gave, liking our presidential jet to Air Force One, you need to prove it today.
All right.
And you were giving itinerary and traveling schedules of the president.
Okay.
At the time,
I want to beg you on this. You know, my production team is on my.
Okay, let me just finish with this.
No, just a small break. Small break.
All right.
So just to stretch your limbs and your legs.
No problem.
So please stay with us. This is Good Morning Ghana.
Send your blessing, come down. Jaja, send your blessing, come down. Abrami boy, me many marabiadia. I just want food. Jaja, send your blessing, come down.
Yeah, send your blessing, come down. Jaja,
Here at Mycom JA Limited to show you the Promethean Active Panel, the ultimate tool for corporate institutions, hospitals, schools, and your home. With its crystal clear 4K display and an unbreakable screen with an ultra responsive touch technology, this isn't just a screen, it's a game changer. For corporate institutions and in schools, this active panel can be used for Zoom meetings and PowerPoint presentation. And your homes are not left behind. You can use it to watch all your favorite programs by just connecting to a Fire Stick, and you can get access to channels like Netflix and Amazon, and voila, you are in there. At Mycom JA Limited, we provide you with the best quality products from the United States of America with 1-year warranty. You can get an active panel at a discounted price of 18,000 Ghana cedi only, and it comes with a Fire Stick, a webcam, and a microsystem. You can locate us at Chado Container behind the Trade Fair. Visit Mycom JA Limited today and elevate your tech.
Yes, next. Hey, Nadia Benson, Asamo.
Me didn't tum. Mr. Friend, Calico, just call me cockroach. Now, Mr. Friend, me once now. Hey, that's you. Improve car. Yeah. Captain was key to double the accent. Me did this, Sasso spray. Mr. Friend, Sasso quell. Yeah, go to my Sasso.
Sasso, come tum preco.
Ebusiafo ye mama kwaba eba Children's Palace. Nkwala nyema nyina fie enye. Yonkwala ntade mani mema nyina ntare nyina wase. Yonkwala shoes, yonkwala duane, yonkwala wipes, yonkwala diapers, yonkwala toys, baby cot. In fact, bibia opama omanyina obenye biwa ase.
located at East Legon Hills, Nana Krum KFC. Contact us on 059 6377 172. Children's Palace. Happy children, happy fashion. See you soon. Bye-bye.
iPhone papa. Ye wo homa.
So open iPhones accessories papa dia. Menhwe baby ya.
Me mo akwa ba EBA phones and accessories.
Sabani EBA, yeton iPhones any home accessories. iPhone 50 XL cost 16 Pro Max. Accessories ye wo charger, AirPods, any iPhone home akadie nyina. Yanoma ye ni sikapudu e de beto iPhone. Say ya nkrankre, boja, and na say abanye juma your phone nyina. For 40% be the iPhone bia ope. Na ni aka no, wo de bosome miensa. Etua ne nkakra. E kwan ya obefa so de achi enyi. Dial *713*5571#. Oba, sheno so say wo de wo Ghana card. Eni nia ye kire say wo ye adwuma. Hwehwe ye kire kwan e wo circle mo. Any tip tolling ye ni modern photos enchen ho a. Afein so, say wo ba American Mall, ye ni odo rice e na di nhwani. Kuma senso ye wo edum Central Prisons roundabout ejekum abunsan ni mo. Freyen e wo numbers na ebu screen ni so no. EBA phones, no hassle cra.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Tucked between the vibrant energy of Accra and the scenic charm of the Kwabena Hills, our gated community offers the perfect blend of tranquility and accessibility. Welcome to Rehoboth Knightsbridge, where nature meets opportunity. Secure your future with fully serviced plots with well-tarred roads, reliable drainage systems, electricity, and water. Build your dream home in a community that cares for your well-being and safety. Indulge in premium amenities that redefine luxury living: a swimming pool, tennis court, basketball court, sauna, and steam in the iconic shopping mall, all within reach. It's more than just a space. It's your sanctuary in the city. Wake up to mountain views, take a jog under palm-lined paths, and experience the perfect balance of city access and natural beauty. Starting at just 450,000 cedis with flexible payment plans. Visit www.rehobothpropertiesgh.com or call or WhatsApp 024-476-4499 or 020-495-0810. Rehoboth Properties, quality housing for all.
You're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. Here with me is Dr. Ezekiel Ejekumo Obeng. He is a medical doctor, med as in MED. Yes, Dr. Ezekiel Ejekumo Obeng, who is a spokesperson for the 2024 Manifesto Committee. And then also I have Elikem Kotoko, who is the Deputy National National Organizer of the NDC. But today he's here in his capacity as the Deputy MD of the or CEO of the Ghana Forestry Commission. So, gentlemen, you on the floor.
Yes. So I will just concluding on the strength of presidential staffers.
Okay.
And how much the state is spending on them, as per their own narration, as already intimated.
Right.
The MPP was doing almost 1,000 presidential staffers, and the state was just using about 300 million to take care of 1,000 people. They told us that they have only 5 presidential staffers, yet they are expending 3 billion Ghana cedi on them. Yet they are running a lean government. They've duplicated roles. Now we have presidential staffers in all the regions across the country.
Yeah.
And you know the DRIP program the NPP introduced. We just had DRIP headquarters.
Okay.
Sort of. Today, we have director for DRIP with the deputies, regional coordinators for DRIP. We have district coordinators of DRIP. So what they actually did was supposedly combining ministries to reduce the number of ministries. Go into the budget with a government that's not undertaking any capital-intensive project this year. How much the state is spending on the ministries, on the budget, the budget, is in multiple folds compared to what the government was doing last year, even when we were spending monies on capital-intensive projects. And recently, there's been a new position that was even created, we never knew of, that as if that was not enough, now there's a whole secretariat by the government to review prophecies in the country. So God will give prophecies to men of God, and the presidency will place a phone call to the Holy Spirit, will place a phone call to Jesus Christ, and will place a phone call to God to ask whether or not the prophecy that was given to Elikem, the prophecy that was given tomorrow, was a genuine prophecy. There's a whole secretariat for that, to review prophecies.
Have you looked at the the name of the unit, the office?
The Interfaith and what? I can't even pronounce the last one.
It's the Special Envoy on Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations.
And part of their function is to review prophecies.
You mean part of their function?
Yes, I'm just saying it. Okay. That
but
part,
they don't do the review of the prophecy. There's a according to Elvis, there's a team that does the review. So they don't do the review.
How do you do the review?
The office.
How do you do the review? God has spoken tomorrow. Then you ask Moro to bring to me what God has said to him for me to review. So God speaks now, and it takes other men to tell what God had to say.
Let's read what is this.
Tomorrow.
This is the statement. This is the official statement from the office. It's important so that we set the record straight. And it says, Office of the Presidential Envoy for Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations, Office of the President, Jubilee House, Accra, 10th August 2025. To all ecumenical heads, dear esteemed leaders in Christ, strengthening spiritual partnership. You see, strengthening spiritual partnership for national direction and healing. And it says that greetings of peace and grace from the Office of the Presidential Envoy for Interfaith and Ecumenical Relations. On behalf of the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the Office of the Presidential Envoy, I extend heartfelt appreciation to you and your various denominations for your unwavering spiritual support, intercessory prayers, and sustained leadership, I believe, in promoting peace, moral integrity, and national unity. National unity. It says, our role in Ghana's spiritual and civic life remains indispensable. As part of strengthening national coordination, so here's a catch, as part of strengthening national coordination on spiritual matters, especially in these times of uncertainty and complexity, we kindly encourage you to inform all prophets, men and women of God, under your oversight that any prophecy or spiritual insights of a national nature, especially those with implications of high-profile political leaders, governance, national security, or public stability, to be formally relayed. Please lift it up a bit, please. To be formally relayed to the Office of the Presidential Envoy for urgent review and appropriate escalation. So I think that's where you're coming from.
Urgent review.
Okay. So this is in the spirit of responsibility, was the discernment and stewardship over the nation's destiny. So that's...
Yeah, so clearly...
And it says furthermore, in light of the tragic accident that occurred recently, which claimed lives and involved government officials, military personnel, and NDC party executive, we humbly request your intense prayers for, one, the President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the government and all state institutions, all bereaved families, and the entire nation of Ghana. Yeah.
So, for the first time in the history of Africa, within a government that preaches lean government, yet had an insatiable appetite for budgetary allocations, is extending monies for us to review prophecies by God, through which means it baffles everyone's mind. And that is the lean government we are told to praise. And to end it, abuse of power. Abuse of power. The mere invitation extended tomorrow means that Moro's home needs to be raided. We can go on the street and ask Ghanaians. The people who have had issues with law enforcement lately, people whose bail conditions were set at very huge amount, such that they are continuously punished in this country, to show that, yes, indeed, we have power today, and we will show you where power lies. Abuse of incumbency and abuse of power that we are experiencing these days. So, my brother Elikem, I understand where he's coming from, but that's the verdict out there. We have not even mentioned the gargantuan increment in utility prices and fuel obnoxious de-levy that has been visited on us. Business people that can't get dollars to import their products, and they had to come together, go to the studios of Peace FM, and wail, cry, that we can't even get dollar to import anything to the country. That's the verdict in the 7 to 8 months, Elikem.
All right, Elikem.
Bro, is it the 1 minute, 2 minutes praise I gave John Dramani Mahama that has given my brother a 30 minutes conversation?
He says there's no basis for the praise.
On a normal day,
we just finished morning. We started the politics too early.
I usually will not respond much to these. Reason being that I have so much confidence in the intelligence of the person watching me, who understands so well the reason why they voted His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. And if any good observer or watcher of politics is aware, within these first 7 months, any attempt by anyone to even run down a government is an exercise in futility. And I've listened to my brother say so many things. The first one that shook my foundation was that they have started doing the Baumia kind of things again.
What is that?
You recall prior to the 2016 elections when Baumia did some presentation, there are a lot of Togolese worth, is it 85,000 or so on our
75,000.
And all of that. He was cooking these figures from his bedroom, and then they will leave it there and say, we'll come back with the rest later. It never comes. I think Richard Ahegba did similar thing, and this is the same thing my brother is doing. You have 35,000 people who have been laid off. Well, I will say, you see, and I think he needs to understand what the meaning of probation is. When you are employed and you're on probation, within that 6 months, it is indicated there clearly, unless there's not been an appointment you've seen before, it is stated clearly that your employment is probationary for this upon satisfactory performance. And that alone, that clause, is to let you know that if your performance is not satisfactory, or there are other things that you do not meet, conditions you do not meet, it could be terminated.
Including those who work from
and so, please show me any evidence of, you see, it's unfortunate, the whole discussion was not about most of the things he raised. Show me any evidence, and I will dare you, even if there's another program here, we can come. Show me 5 people who were laid off, having been employed since 2018, as you have said, so that we'll get that, and we'll come to Moro's studio again. And you should even know better, because you are a medical doctor. When we talk of our water bodies being compromised or being polluted, etc., the heavy metals that are contained in all of that which has resulted in deformities in childbirth, etc. You should know that. And you know so well that it doesn't take 7 months to reverse that whole process. It takes minimum of even a decade. What damage you have caused in just a week or in 8 years could even cost 2 decades to actually resolve. Why do we do bioremediation? It is all aimed at making sure that we reverse all the pollutions that have gone on in there. And then he made mention, you see, sometimes if you are not careful, the people who watch know very well what the NDC said and what the MPP said. The NDC never said anywhere that because we're going to introduce the 3-shift system, the 24-hour economy, it meant that we'll even be bringing people from outside to come and work in Ghana. In case you have forgotten, it was John Boydu, your secretary at the time, who said that under President Akufo-Addo's tenure, there are going to be a lot of jobs that they would have to import people, foreigners, to come and work. The NDC and President Mahama is aware of the gross unemployment in this country. That if we have to create jobs, there will be a lot of our people within who needs to be recruited. And we don't need to bring people from outside to actually come and do those jobs. Then, shamefully, you were mentioning Agenda 111. On the backdrop of Agenda 111, President Akufo-Addo was the one who, when COVID struck, he rushed quickly to say he was going to set up 56 hospitals, you recall. Then he gave a timeline of, is it April or June? When the timeline was approaching and he had not even laid a single block, because his vice president at the time did not even know how to lay a block. You recall how he was laying blocks with Duncan Williams and was putting the blocks on each other. And we all did this technical drawing and technical skills in school. So when he realized that he could not meet the timeline, he shifted the 56 to, I think, 88 hospitals. Then they shifted the timeline to December or so. When he noticed that he could not meet the timeline, and even on that entire period, he had not laid a single foundation, he again said then he's now moving to Agenda 111. So when it comes to using sweet words to talk, this is what the MPP has been known for. And you have talked about Agenda 111. How many have you completed? And mind you, completing a hospital is not about building the physical infrastructure. It is about equipping that facility to make it operational. How many have you made operational? To demonstrate your good intention behind that. Then you are now saying that President Mahama has not even touched a single project. He has not touched any, he has abandoned John Mahamad's program, President Akufo-Addo's program. Should I list the number of NDC programs that the President Akufo-Addo refused to touch? Even his own national cathedral he promised God, he abandoned it. This is a man who has lost credibility even in the sight of our Creator. And then you want to talk about even religious bodies. Look, I hold a very private position when it comes to these churches. I feel we should go the Rwanda way. To be a man of God, to be this, there must be a certain minimum level of education. Even if you are being spoken to by God, there must be some education. That would enable you know where to say what, when, how, and to who. Because sometimes you may even have a prophecy, you don't need to come and say it. Yours is to pray. There are times when you need to say it. And so I recall, let me give you an example. When I was contesting elections, a gentleman called me. I will not mention his name. If only he's watching, he knows. Then he was preaching to me that he's a man of God and he wants to show me a quantre. That was what he said. I should put a stone in a white handkerchief and keep it in my pocket. That alone, he will be praying and he will connect with me and all of that. There was another gentleman who said he wanted to give me, let me tell you this today, 350,000 at the time. Then I said, okay, thank you. Eventually, when the time was due, he said it's an investment in me and he's bringing a malam from either Mali or Niger to, I told him, please, I do not believe in any of those things. No. Politics, NDC, when I was going to contest. So I told him, no, I'm sorry, I don't believe in those things. If there will be such conditionalities, I'm sorry. Somebody said, I'm going to do something for you in the north and somewhere, and he mentioned some names who have also come to, and I told him, no. I believe in nature. Then, when I won the elections, this gentleman called me and said, oh, said Jamaica, I said, boss, I never put a single handkerchief, a stone in the handkerchief and put it in my pocket. My victory was purely hard work. God is on the side of all of us. You must now put in that hard work. So you don't want to overly rely on God. That you think God hates NPP and loves NDC? You think God hates Moro and loves me? He loves us equally. He gives us wisdom. How we apply it is what the output will be. And so if we allow people to be, look, are we not fed up with some of these prophecies we hear? Look at the likes of Agrada. So if you think we do not need to streamline some of this, then I am sorry. Because I feel that there's a need for us to really look into it. It is becoming another enterprise for people who may have not been successful at everything they tried their hands on and now feel they should. Have you been able to answer to Ghanaians why President Akufo-Addo failed woefully to even own up or honor the promise he made to God? When he promised God, we were not with him. We didn't even know the church he attended. But he said he has promised God that if you make me win this election, he didn't even say if you help me with these elections. So the first tenure is when you should have finished building your cathedral. Go to Cote d'Ivoire, Ofobuane. When he wanted to build that, he did it out of his private resource. The name is it Basilic something?
Is it something?
Yes.
Basilica.
Yes. You have dug a hole there, insulted the integrity of even the religious leaders and all Ghanaians. Today, what do we have there? Is it a fish pond? Is it for rearing rodents? Whatever it is, you have these demolished buildings. So when it even comes to religion and these matters, the MPP has no moral fortitude
the
to be able to say.
The Basilica of Our Lady of Peace.
You get it. Yeah. And so you see, we also need to look at when they say you have 1,000 presidential staffers.
That's what you put to that.
It's not what we told the record. The
Okay.
Unless you are not aware,
Okay.
the president submits lists of people who are presidential staff. 900. The president submitted a list. You're not aware it is submitted.
How many do you have now?
It is submitted.
How many do you have now?
Even if there will be more, I will even encourage President Mahama to even go for more. Let me tell you, look, I have every reason to believe in the confidence in the delivery of John Dramani Mahama. That even if President Mahama had had even 500 ministers, his delivery would have been worth it. With 60 ministers, he is already showing and proving to the Ghanaian that he is ready to do the work. And today you are saying that, he even mentioned that fuel prices have gone up. The dollar amongst e-levy.
D-levy.
Oh, you see, the rot that you left behind require a leader who will be very sincere with Ghanaians and approach it head on.
Which rot is that?
You get what I mean? You left a lot of debt behind. What was the public debt?
Which was?
Where did the public debt
How much did you leave in 2016?
No. What public debt? How much did you leave behind as a public debt?
I'll respond to
By the mere fact that President Mahama has been fiscally disciplined, that alone has saved us over 150 billion in our public debts. That is a leader who understands what it means when we talk of even holding the currency. The president or the vice president doesn't have to go and sit anywhere and say, I have imprisoned or arrested the dollar and given the keys to IGP. Let's stop these clownish characteristics. It has never helped in governance. Governance is a serious business. And you see, the earlier many of you get to realize that the commentary you gave around even your presidential candidate insulted the integrity of the Ghanaian who votes. And if you have failed to see that till date, then I am happy for you because it will mean that you will remain where you are for a very long time. And I will not be one of those who want to be correcting those. That is why I'm saying that I'll be happy with this. Because anybody who is watching and discerning understands that between the NDC and the NDPP, this is different, this is the same, that is similar, this is unmatched. So it won't take me to come out here and be wanting to justify this and do this and all of that. No, I would not. And so I am just surprised that the little 3 minutes praise I gave to John Mahama is what has caused you panic to want to go into, look, even the presidential jet, the late, unfortunately we now say the late Dr. Omani Boama of blessed memory, did make us know that the presidential jet had to undergo some maintenance work at some point in time. Did he not do that? And not just yesterday, we heard of one of your members of parliament who was trying to take up the new role of what Honorable Ablakwa was doing in the past. And he made a mess of himself with all of that. But there's no need for me to delve into all this. All I want to say, look, even when it comes to these interfaith and ecumenical relations, what Honorable Officer, it is just aimed at doing what? To streamline these things.
Okay.
Are you saying that you as a politician, you don't get so many calls from people telling you, I have a vision about you. Tomorrow don't go here. Tomorrow don't wear a black shoe. Tomorrow don't do this. Don't do that. I am sorry. There are some who talk to you and you know that these are just entrepreneurs. And if we do not streamline these things, look, given the leeway for everybody to do whatever, there will be an influx of all these things. And so let us find a way to not think that we must do politics with everything in order to condemn other people. Okay. But me, I have never shied away from whatever is political. When the things require political strength, political action, political advocacy, I will talk about it without any shred of doubt or any fear of favor. Okay. So whatever needs to be done, let it be done the right way. That is my
gentlemen, let's try and make some
progress.
Otherwise,
he's had two rounds. He's had 2 rounds.
Oh, he's had 2 rounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Except that he did some 2 minutes.
I did it last
2 minutes. Oh, come on,
no, in the beginning.
What
on the government side?
What Elikem has failed to prove to anyone watching us today is that he has failed to tell us how many bricks they've laid to help the Agenda 111 project.
For that?
He still went on the tangent of campaigning. That's why we keep telling them that the campaign season is over. This is time to deliver. It's on record that as far back as President Kufuor, there were hospitals that were started that within the 8 years of the previous NDC, you couldn't complete them.
Fact. That's true.
It took the MPP and the Kufuor to complete those facilities. It's also a fact that with just the 2 hospitals you started in Ashanti region, just 2 hospitals in Ashanti region, under President Mohammed's first term. In fact, during the entire 8 years, Prof. Mills, President Mahama, just 2 hospitals in Ashanti region. The maximum you did on any of those 2 was 40%. It took the MPP to complete them. President Kufuor's Eurojet project, MPP came back to complete them. So I'm giving the trajectory that governance is a continuum. Even though you came in and 8 years failed to complete President Kufuor's project, we came to complete them. And
so we should complete the National Cathedral.
The ones you started.
So we should complete the National Cathedral.
Let me finish. The ones you started, we came in to complete them.
Okay.
The MPP under President Kufuor started and completed 20 hospitals. I know what we did. In our manifesto, we itemized each and every one of those hospitals for everyone to see.
You said in
and
your
verify
in your manifesto.
For them to see. Go to pages 154 onwards of our manifesto. Okay. So if you come in and you come and miss Agenda 111, for which 5 were completed and 3 are commissioned, and recently your Minister of Health, within 3 months in office, went to commission one of them. You are telling me to ask, you're asking me to tell you which of them you completed. Your Minister of Health went to commission one of them recently.
I said under your tenure. So
and you've come to meet the rest, which were at 60 to 70% complete at all venues, at all sites. And you failed to lay a single block, and you are here still in the campaign mode. On the issue of National Cathedral, you commissioned
a facility that is 60% complete. Doesn't need a block again. You see.
I use it figuratively. You failed to lay a block. It's a figurative speech I made. On the issue of National Cathedral, I'm surprised NDC is still talking about National Cathedral. With all the propaganda and the lies you told about the project, you commissioned an independent multinational auditing firm. And what was the result? And with all that you said in opposition, you told Ghanaians we were going to turn the place into a children's hospital. That's not what they told us. Moro, if I'm lying, tell me. When you came to power, your leader or the Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, including the President, has run away from that position.
How?
What are they going to do with the place now? Haven't they changed the name and told that they are going to complete the facility?
No.
They've changed the name. Whatever promise they made, that they were going to make or turn the place into a children's hospital. And that's what we are going to do today. Confirm to Ghanaians. That was the promise you gave Ghanaians.
I am yet to find that.
Felix has had to respond to this, and he says that a clearer and a more definitive decision as to what to do with that facility will be
very good. So it's no more children's hospital they want to do with the place. We are now going back to think of what to do with the place. You told Ghanaians that you are going to turn the place into a children's hospital.
But help me.
You see?
Help me something.
Yes.
Now, this policy decision, is this something that's contained in the NDC's manifesto or somebody's?
It is what they told us on campaign platforms. Are you saying we shouldn't take their words on campaign platforms?
No, I just wanted some clarity.
I'm just asking.
So somebody said it on a campaign platform.
It's what they said to us on campaign platforms. So they are telling us that when they go out to campaign to the people, how many people will even have the opportunity to read manifestos? It's what we tell them. It's what Elikem will sit here and say. It's what Elikem will go and meet people and tell them we are coming to do. A reflection of what we intend to do. And your position was that we are going to turn the place into a children's hospital. And then today you come and tell us that there's no clear-cut direction on what to do to the place. Exactly. You are still talking about national cathedral.
Exactly.
Okay. And in the end, NDC is telling us that we are fed up with pastors and their prophecies. Because when we are going for positions, they come and tell you what not. They've forgotten that they themselves that organized pastors telecasted them live on national screens to pray for them before elections.
That's fine.
You win the power, you exploit them to win power. And you come and tell me that you are going to set up a different office, use our monies to review the prophecies God has given them. A human being now becomes a God to interpret the God of mind, the message God has given to his prophets. And now we are being told that we are fed up with a barrage of prophecies. So let's expend state resources.
All right. So
on prophecies and their reviews. Come on, we are out of the campaign season. This is time for us to deliver the promises you made to the Ghanaian. Deliver them. Turn the National Cathedral site to the Children's Hospital. You promised the Ghanaian.
All right. So you see, sometimes we, sometimes as journalists, we are caught in a fix. You know, I think politicians must take a more definitive position on what we should take them seriously for. And my reason is that, are we supposed to judge? I mean, it's the source of the social contract based on the manifesto, on people or people's pronouncements. And I think that two political parties have been guilty of this, you know, because what typically happens is that when somebody says something in the past and the party comes to government, then the party which has just lost power will then use somebody, sometimes just one person's pronouncements as basis to judge the person or to assess the person's performance, right? But then also that also depends on whether what the person said is good or bad, and whether the thing has been delivered or not. Typically, if it is delivered, the party in government takes credit. If it has not been delivered, they say, oh, we didn't say it because it's not in our manifesto. So I think that the two political parties must take a firm position. We say, look, judge us only based on the manifesto. Book, which is the manifesto. Because look, I can give you a litany of things that were said by the NPP in the past. When the NPP came to power, they said, well, it's not check in our manifesto whether it is there.
You see, Moro,
that was your
just a quick one. Not
but let's make progress.
I recall, for instance, I don't know who, I don't remember who, somebody suggested that even if that place is turned into a children's hospital, it will be better. That does not mean it's yes, it was. I don't even recall.
The reason why,
because that will not find its way. That will not find its way in our manifesto.
The reason why I don't like to have conversations around what people have said and so on, because if the person intelligently asks you that, look, what is it that you took to the Ghanaians? Then you are caught in your 6s and 7s. And that's why I don't like to talk about what somebody has said or something.
So moving on.
And I've been consistent.
That is why you give them a blueprint of what you have
on campaign platforms. You shouldn't take the things you tell us.
Let's talk about
campaign platforms. We talk about.
Let's talk about something which.
Okay. So
gentlemen, let's talk about something.
The Children's Hospital was not part of your plan.
Let's talk about something.
So it can be looked at.
Gentlemen, I beg you. Let's talk about something which has been properly documented and not what somebody has said or did not say.
Not what they said on their manifesto.
And this is what I'm saying, the two of you are
on their campaign platforms.
So today's daily graphic has an interesting story. And fortunately, the man here works in this space. So the daily graphic today says Ghana begins legal timber export under new EU legal framework. And the reason why I'm raising this because I'm going to read the story in the morning. I was asking myself, so what has been happening in the past? Okay, and by the time I'm done with the story, you'll understand where I'm coming from. And that's why I'm raising it. And I'm happy Helikem would perhaps set the record straight on this and will give us some proper education on this matter. Otherwise, it doesn't look good. So Ghana begins legal timber export under new EU legal framework. The story is by Timothy Ngengme. It said the Forestry Commission has issued the first 6 certificates to 5 Ghanaian companies to export timber and timber products to the European market under the Forest Law Enforcement Governance and Trade Licensing Regime. Okay. The certificates, which are part of the 139 timber utilization contracts, which is TUCs, ratified by Parliament on June 24 this year were presented to Summertex Timber and Plywood Company Limited, Logs and Lumber Limited, JCM Company Limited, Mere Plantations Limited, and West, continues here, West Coast Wooden Products Company Limited, Product Ghana Limited, sorry. Now, context. Also known as the Timber Legality License, the FLECT, which I talked about earlier, license is a document issued by timber producing companies that have ratified a voluntary partnership agreement, VPA, with the EU, of which Ghana is a part. Okay, or a member. Now, the FLECT, again, confirms that shipment of timber or timber products have been legally produced under the relevant laws of the country of harvest. Okay? It also ensures that timber exported to the EU by partner countries is harvested legally, thereby promoting sustainable forest management. The Acting Chief Justice, Paul Bafoboni, presented a certificate to the companies at the launch of the FLECT licensing regime on the premises of the Forestry Commission Accra yesterday. The event brought together policymakers, regulators, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on. It talks about key personalities who were there. Now, it says, having received the certificates, the companies have begun the process to export timber and timber products to destinations such as Italy, Germany, and Tallinn, the capital city of Estonia, Tallinn, right? Now, the issuance of the certificates makes Ghana the first country in Africa. This is important. The first country in Africa and second in the world, only after Indonesia, to export timber and timber products to the EU market under the FLEGT license regime. Question to you. Under what regime were timber being exported to the EU? I mean, should Europe be worried? Okay, so that's my question to you. Now, it says a speech delivered by the Chief Director of the Ministry, Innocent Halliger, on behalf of the Minister Emmanuel Lama Kofi-Boa, said the launch of the FLECT license was a major step towards the sustainable management of the country's forest reserves. He said, it's refreshing that a journey to acquiring a FLECT license, which started in 2009 with the signing of the Voluntary Partnership Agreement, VPA, and blah, 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 and seeing the light of day. This milestone has been achieved through the collaborative efforts of both state and non-state institutions, including civil society organizations, who have been following keenly and putting pressure on duty bearers. And we can all be happy now for how far we have come. Mr. Boa said the entire FLECT license process, which spanned many political regimes, meant that through collaboration, the country could achieve greatness. And it goes on and on and on and on. So now, just two paragraphs. Initially, it was expected that beginning June 15 this year, all timber products that will be exported from Ghana to the EU market would conform to the forestry law enforcement, governance, and trade. Now, a trade license requirement, making the country the first African country and the second in the world to meet the requirement. However, the delayed ratification of the timber rights by Parliament made it impossible to meet that deadline. Finally, Parliament ratified 131 timber utilization contracts, TUCs, paving the way for Ghana to issue the FLECT license for the export of timber and timber products to the EU market. So, back to the question I asked. Under what legal regime were you exporting timber in the past?
All right. Thank you, Maro. Thank you, Maro. Let me give a proper narrative on this whole process.
Okay.
The FLECT, which stands for Forest Law Enforcement Governance Trade, is aimed at making sure that timber trade is properly regulated. Okay. That's the right word. Properly regulated to ensure that wood or timber that is exported to EU is not illegal. You recall the concern about the world at a point about Liberia's diamond, and this is same. Blood diamond. Blood diamond. This is similar. Now, this FLECT was initiated during the late Professor Mills' era.
Okay.
Which was 2009. Okay. So it has taken 16 years to see the light of day. So from that time until when President Mahama also took office, his sector minister, Honorable Emmanuel Kofi-Boa, who I must praise without any shred of doubt, demonstrated his concern and interest in this to make sure it is seen through. And that is why over 139 TUCs were ratified in Parliament. It was around 11 p.m. in the night when this was done. And so what this seeks to do is to just streamline the trade of timber. Now, the question you raised that I know it is because of the headline.
Yes.
Saying that Ghana now trading
will be the first.
Legally. One, we are the first in Africa to be doing this, to conform to this EU GR. Then we are also the second in the world, second to Indonesia. What this means is that it is expanding the frontiers of doing business in EU countries. And so in the past, it does not mean that the timber that used to be exported or shipped to those EU countries were not legal. They were legal though, but the EU may have some concerns that is it from the right source? Is it, you know, so they want to now establish that, which is the reason why these VPAs, the voluntary partnership agreements, have come to stay. And so this is to ensure good governance, accountability, transparency, etc. And also to fight illegal logging. So what it means now is that when you are issued with even the certificate, at the upper right corner is a QR code. It may be green or black, whatever. So when you scan that, when the buyer in Europe scans that, it gives every detail about the log. It tells you where it was even harvested, to let you know if it was really through a compartment that was given, or it is not a GSBA, maybe a globally significant diversity area, which is not supposed to be for production, that somebody has gone to just cut and gone. No, you know, when you cut every log is identified.
Yeah.
So when you cut a log, it is given a property mark, various descriptions that lets you know where it's been cut off, the size, and all of that before it is sent. So every process from the geolocation of where it has been cut to where it is being shipped to is provided on that. So it is only to say that we are going a notch further to verify it. So the concern is about the verification, not the legality. There has always been the legality, but there may have been ways where other people find some ways to cut corners.
So there were some loopholes.
There were definitely some loopholes.
But had the EU ever raised concerns about these loopholes, or they didn't even know anything about
it? No, the EU has always raised concerns because they always feel that, okay, in order to cut down or to reduce illegal logging, these are our standards.
Yes.
And so to now be able to be very verified, to open the frontiers of business to the Ghanaian market or to the African market. And it's not only Africa, it's the globe.
Yeah.
So any other country that wants to deal with the European countries will need to also be FLECT verified. And so once you are verified, it now means that we can rest assured that just like the diamond experience I was telling you, that this product is coming from a verified source and can be used. So that in the end, for instance, we don't, there's a ban on rosewood, but let me use that as an example, which is why, I mean, it's used in making the linings in cars and all that. So that tomorrow, somebody doesn't take on one of the luxurious car manufacturers, that the product you were using for your car was an illegally logged lumber from so and so. And somebody may even say that if you trace it very well, it comes to my compartment and it was cut by illegal loggers. And that will bring a whole lot of fights here and there. So the aim over all of this is to just streamline the whole process, to strengthen the forest governance and law enforcement, then to also improve transparency in accountability and promoting the legal timber trade. So that is just to give legitimacy to the timber trade. And so that has been in the case in the past. But there were some loopholes that need to be sealed. So when the heading said...
yes, because the headlines
it said
suggested...
Ghana begins legal timber.
Exactly.
It's as if in the past
it was
illegal. No, it's not so. It's actually verified legal
Because I was a bit worried. You know?
So it's just a little maybe error on the side of the journalists. And we cannot fault them for some of these. They are not experts in the field we find ourselves. So he may also be thinking he's doing right by writing so. But the right thing should have been that Ghana now begins verified legal timber export. So that the verification is what is key. That is the very component for which this whole thing has been done. And so again, I think that it's a milestone achieved again. And I want to commend the team at Forestry Commission, other stakeholders, not only the current team, but previous CEOs, previous acting deputy CEOs, previous executive directors and staff, some who have even retired or moved on to other jobs, but they all played key roles, especially at the very base, who played major role to see this dream come true. And that was what it was. And this is the flyer of the program yesterday. The acting Chief Justice was present. Our CEO was present. Dr. Brown was present. Our board chairman, former board chair, was also present. The national president of the House of Chiefs was represented, and many others.
Okay.
And so it's something good.
Okay.
And if you look at the back here, it tells you GVT, Ghana Verified Timber.
Okay.
So it is only about the verification,
Okay.
which means that now even when a product comes to you, you can easily verify whether it is from a good source or not. What it means is that if somebody doesn't go through the right processes and still managed, to smuggle it whichever way, whether by air, by road, under the sea, or wherever, to a European country, you can easily verify whether this is coming from a legal source or not. So it is just to open the frontiers to trade. And so what it means also is that, you know, in this case, now you streamline accountability. Every royalty that is supposed to be paid to our traditional authorities will legitimately be traced, and they can be paid what is due them. And then the state also earns what is due it. Then the timber merchants also have now seen maybe premium benefits in terms of all of this. Yes.
But please, it's about the reputation of this country. I think that beyond this explanation, as you have eloquently, you know, done, I think that a press statement to set the record straight.
I think it is in order. It's just because, I mean, this is just a day after. And so there will be the need for us. We did a release on prior to the launch itself. But I think afterwards there's a need for us to give some presentation, sometimes a simple graphics or some cartoon or something.
Because this is not it's not small people. You know, it's a national.
So the headlines can alone mislead if care is not taken.
You know, and if you go to the diplomatic circles, they have most of them will read a daily graphic. So you don't want to create.
Suffice it to say that the EU was present there as well in the Commonwealth, and the EU even made it clear that they are impressed with all of this and are looking forward to some over 37 million euros also support in that area for us in terms of climate change, carbon, sustainable development, and other activities that we need to embark on.
Did you get the same impression when I read the headlines and I started reading the story? That something untoward was happening in the past. And it's been fixed.
Obviously. And I was asking myself a lot of questions. So what readily came to mind was the comparison with the recent swoops we've been experiencing, where certain luxurious cars believed to have come from elsewhere, especially in the Americas, and improperly acquired. I mean, found their way in our country, and collaboration between local and international security agencies, be able to clamp down on these vehicles. So I was thinking in that tangent that in case there's no legal framework backing such exports of our trees, do we also have the right to go trace our trees if we can?
That's a very interesting question.
To bring them back, I mean, to our country. But Eliken has, I mean, clarified the situation. What's important is about environmental preservation, because all this is at the heart of preserving our forests. That there's a legal framework, streamlined, well supervised, and monitored, you know, to make sure that we are not doing things illegally. Our last resort as a people is the environment, is the tree. That's why we say that when the last tree dies, I mean, you won't find any other life, I mean, present on the planet. So at the heart of this is environmental preservation, afforestation and reforestation. Back in the days where you would visit my village, the Forestry Commission then would give a portion of their lands to people to cultivate their crops, and the teak tree, and give them seedlings and the newly sprouted trees to plant, or to make sure there's a win-win situation, and in the end, afforestation and reforestation will be the order of the day. And we are in the era of climate change. Our carbon footprint needs to be reduced. It's the reason why the previous government also started the Green Ghana Day, where yearly we saw millions of trees being planted across the country and reclaiming our forest zones. So I'll be brief on this. Okay. LKM has to a large extent explained what it is.
Right.
That is a call for national duty.
Okay.
I mean, efforts started previously and efforts will still continue. I hope the government continues with the Green Ghana Day, is to imbibe in us the culture of planting trees and preserving trees. I never knew until I met the former EPA boss that even if I have a tree in my own house,
want to cut it.
I planted the tree and I think I'm fed up with the tree, or for whatever reason I want to cut the tree. I didn't know I needed permission to cut down the tree. I planted myself and it's on my parcel of land. So there need to be continuous engagement, continuous education. We are shifting from greenhouse gases to clean energy, where everyone needs to be sensitized to do away with certain crude methods of cooking, which in turn has health implications on our lives. If we are cooking with charcoal, if we are doing firewood, it has serious health implications on our lives and our health as a people. So we need to expand the discussion to include climate awareness and green transitioning, clean energy usage, and environmental preservation. And I think that should be the forward march in terms of our environment, especially in the era of Galamsey and its menace on our lives as a people and a country.
Yeah, and you know, it is also why it is very instructive and imperative that at this point in our life, we need Forest TV or some kind of climate-related television. And I mean, I'm just trying to say we need awareness creation to deepen. Because we need to constantly remind people of the things they do. I recall a video, for instance, of a mine site that was raided, illegal mine site that was raided. The gentleman was bare-chested. He ran to the place and said, "Hey, into John Muhammad, you see, some of these people do not understand the meaning of sustainable living or development. So if only we can educate them very well. It is, however, very difficult that somebody who is earning maybe 1,000 cedis a week or a day over whatever he does, suddenly you are asking him to go to a job that would give him 100 cedis or 200. But if we also want to say that is why the MDF is there, the Minerals Development Fund, to train and hone the skills of people. President Mahama again has introduced the Jumera and all that through NEIP, NYA's programs, NAP, but also the COMSDEP, which is to look at responsible cooperative mining and skills development, so that this can be well regulated to ensure that, you know, off the cameras when we're having a conversation, I told you of my dad's experience in the mines, having worked in the mine. I lived in Takwa for 3 years, Elubo for 1 year, Takrady for about 10, 11 years. And what I knew then was that there was this galamsey. But what it was at the time was that when the conglomerates finished mining, then there are tailings. But the tailings are the leftover from the crushing, the everything, when they go through the process. It is believed that about 30% of ore can still be found in there. That is what they gather. And then they are able to process it and sell. So gather and sell then became galamsey. But it has now taken humongous proportions that is constituting to a lot of degradation. The circle is such a cyclical thing. I mean, when they do that, they pollute our water bodies. They compromise the aquatic life in that water body. The chemicals the heavy metals become present in the water, which is result of the stillbirths, the deformities, etc., which also further finds its way into our soil, compromising the quality of the fertility of our soil, affecting our crop yield. The unfortunate day of the tragedy in Obuasi, I remember my colleagues and I stopped by to buy corn, roasted corn by the roadside. And even the corns were very tiny, very, very tiny. We went to 4 different locations. And you could see it was not the usual corn that we all knew. Then immediately it clicked on me. And I just said to the I won't even buy at all. Because it should tell you something. It means even you don't know what chemicals that found its way into that. And so if we do not do all of this, it even now comes to affect our social life. It affects government health budget as well too. Because you now need to build more hospitals. You now need to raise more in terms of maybe the president's Mahama Care or health insurance in order to cater for people. Because that will now mean that there are other deformities that maybe the health interventions would have to take care of. And that is going to be a huge burden on us as a country. And so, at Forestry Commission, established by Act 571 1999, is to protect and sustainably manage the resources.
Okay.
And it will interest you to know that almost all the water that we drink are coming from the forest.
Yes.
But Ghana Water Company does not pay Forestry Commission a dime for taking care of that. That's another conversation for
it's
another
another
day.
conversation, and it's a very interesting one. So let me you know Alain Besson? You're a very good friend. Yes. Alain Besson. You know he's a technologist.
Yeah, he's a tech guy.
Yes, he's a tech guy, and he sent a message following the conversation we had, and he sums it all up with the FLECT initiative or the FLECT program. He says it's about, long and short, it's about traceability. It's about traceability. He talks about the fact that apparently it's not just the Forestry Commission, but with all other Ghana exports, there's a concerted and a committed effort to make sure that almost every product that is exported out of this country can properly traced.
Can properly be traced to a
legal
legitimate
source. You know. All right, so we'll take a break. When we come back, we have some more to talk about. Doc, did you ever consider either resigning from the MPP, or do you know anybody who willingly resigned from the MPP who is reconsidering returning to the party? Because I'm told there's some amnesty which has been granted to people who have left and people who have either been suspended indefinitely or have been sacked. But that's been met with some mixed reactions. So when we come back, we'll look at some of the reactions that have greeted this policy statement by your party. Yes, stay with us. This is Good Morning, Ghana.
MGL Logistics and Supply is your trusted partner, providing seamless solutions for all your procurement needs. From sourcing products to managing imports and exports, we ensure smooth and efficient transactions every step of the way. Whether you require goods from across the globe or need assistance in exporting your products to international markets, we got you covered. General trading is at the heart of our expertise. We specialize in a wide range of products, catering to various industries and markets. As a trusted dealership in building materials, we provide high-quality products that meet the demands of our construction projects. Additionally, we act as manufacturers' representatives, connecting producers with distributors. Our expertise in logistics is the backbone of our operations. We plan and execute transportation and delivery of goods, ensuring they reach their destination on time and in optimal condition. MGO Logistics and Supply, guaranteed satisfaction.
Wabedum tamaso. Hey, J. Watch it, na learning. Missy, watch and learn. Makwaya mabesisia. Abozige. Akache say no ya konate and the more drink woman. Hey. But I tell me. Oh, sorry. She knew her old days. Eji. Dabio, baby wom. Ready? Hey, baby wom. Aji. I'll cause some discomfort. Sorry, what uncle, where would I die? Why your funeral? At your phone for Aerofield Trading. Sorry, it killed them all.
No mum share Nanda Daya was mosquito call is to do woman. Na say spray with them, sir. Chaisima a dronum and sana ko dynamo.
And Kratoi FDA Ajatum.
My line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here.
se metwa sapapa dia to ama me manfo. Kel Chakos natural ingredients. Eno bo me se ho ban. E ma ne swen ne sanso mama hotoso e wo bedwam.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Wezalo Amarab. Yes.
Ghana Tourism Authority welcomes you to the 2025 African Marketing and Technology Conference.
From digital storytelling to destination marketing, welcome to Ghana, the gateway to Africa.
Come here and build high-valued network. And of course, you build this network with great industry leaders.
We can't wait to host you. From our immersive cultural experiences to the plethora of our sun, our beaches, our gastronomy. Woo!
We are asking all of you to come network at this beautiful event. Events that will actually teach you the real value of marketing to tourism.
Yes, the Aquaba Night. Come and experience our rich heritage. Come and dance to the beat and rhythm of our music and culture. This is Ghana Tourism Authority.
You're live on Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. I'm here with Elikem Kotoko, who is the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of Ghana's Forestry Commission. And also I'm here with Dr. Ezekiel Obeng Ejekum, right? Or Ejekum Obeng. It's Obeng, okay. Ejekum Obeng, who was the MPP spokesperson on health matters in the 2024 manifesto. A few messages, let me read them before we get on with our next conversation. Now, Alhaji Hamza from Peg Farm says, good morning, my brother. Are you aware that permits are not being given out to individuals to cut down Edum trees? So how come that Edum woods have been sold in large quantities in our markets? My brother, are you also aware that it takes more than 120 years for Edum tree to mature after planting?
Oh, the Odum tree, yeah. Okay.
Yes, it says permits are only given out if government gives order for it, and those woods are only going to be used for government projects. I know my brother Elikem and his men are doing a good job for Mother Ghana, but they should turn more interest in the cutting down of Edum trees. I wish him well, and he should look for me small.
Let me get. Who is that?
Now, that's Hamza from Pig Farm.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
Hamza,
yes,
get in touch.
Yes. So, he said now that the only sector running 24 hours economy is the Galamsey site. If governance is a serious business, as my brother said, then they should get serious. The 133 they promise has not seen the light of the day. Ghanaians are watching closely. Master Planner Junior, policy analyst from Kentampo. And this one said, good morning. The truth is that the president didn't travel with a private jet, and I think it's high time we tell the Honorable Asefua that he lied. And as an honorable member, he needs to be factual, not the usual lies of politicians. The usual you do me, I do you is dead long time ago because of factual checking. Greetings, Honorable MC Agbo of Gan East, TDC boss Courage Makafui Nunek Beku, and Mr. Kwesi Mensah of PSC Tema Shipyard. Okay, so I guess that, well, Mansa Musa says that we're all humans. Good morning, Moro. We're all human beings. We all, as human beings, always do find sticks to whip our own backs. On the issue of fake prophecies, the former IGP's clampdown on such unnecessary and unfounded pronouncements was something that the present IGP should have upheld and even augmented. And instead, it looks like the floodgate to all manner of pastoral immoralities is now activated. It's now a free-for-all, unprovable pronouncement, and then blame it on God has become the vogue. If we had maintained and strengthened the IGP Dan Paris directives today, we wouldn't be here on this embarrassingly miserable situation. How we cannot separate religion from governance, as others have been able to do, is incomprehensible. Good morning from Mansa Musa. He's a journalist based in the UK. And frankly, It says, Moro, please tell the president that he should shut down the Directorate for Prophecies and Spiritual Activities. It says, your mental health is paramount. Okay. Right, so let's get on with this. So it's about granting of amnesty. You have something you want to say about the Edom, or you want to engage in privately? The Edom.
Oh yeah, I think I agree. It's because some of these trees have a very long lifespan, over which they now grow to be bigger. So the concerns are that, but there are a lot of economic trees. It's not only that, and so that is why they are natural forests and plantation forests as well. So there's a lot done to augment all of that. I mean, I think his concerns are taken note of. Yes, and mind you, the Forestry Commission has 3 divisions: the Forest Services Division, the FSD. Headed by one fine gentleman, Dr. Safoedu. Then we have the Timber Industry Development Division, also headed by Dr. Jima, and then the WD, the Wildlife Division. So these 3 divisions form the Forestry Commission. Yes.
All right. So, Doc, last week Saturday, when we were mourning our departed heroes, fallen heroes, I think later in the day you issued a statement. When I say you, as in your party, issued a statement, and which statement was telling us Ghanaians and perhaps the entire world that you had granted general amnesty to all members of party who have either been suspended or dismissed. Okay. But then there's a caveat. If you want to become a member of the party officially, you would have to reapply. Now, Dr. Sapon, who's with the CDD, is the director of the Democracy Project, has been responding to the statement or the communique, and is being captured by today's Daily Graphic. It says by Albert K. Salia. Says the project director, Democracy Project, Dr. John Osai-Kwapong, has asked the New Patriotic Party to reconsider its decision to make members who fortify the membership of the party to submit a formal application to the National Secretariat for reinstatement. Now, he has also asked the party to reconsider a decision to prohibit such members from taking part in any internal party elections for a 2-year period. It is unclear why this is part of the offer. Is it based on the offences committed that led to their suspension, thus making them unfit to hold party office until they have demonstrated a renewed commitment to the party? Speaking in an interview, Dr. Osai-Kwapong said, although the party might have its reason for adding this stipulation, I just hope that it is not to discourage the suspended members from embracing the amnesty offer and undermine the party's own efforts of forging unity. Now, the political scientists argue that post-2024 election defeat, a key theme that had emerged in the party's discussion was unity. There appears to be a recognition that to regroup and to position themselves better for the 2028 election, it is incumbent upon the party to ensure total party unity. Now, it is clear from the official party communication that the decision to offer amnesty to all suspended members, right, is strongly motivated by the need for unity. Now, Dr. Sapon said the party must, however, recognize that forging unity takes more than just granting amnesty to suspended party members. Nonetheless, the effort must be commended as one of the many steps in the right direction needed to bring the party together. He wondered if the party could skip the administrative process of asking those who forfeited their membership to reapply. Now, the temporary nature of the sanction of suspension, in my opinion, warrants a simple administrative directive to reinstate them. That should suffice as part of this offer of amnesty. What do you have to say about Dr. Osai-Kwapong's opinion?
Kwapong for wanting to help, and clearly we are open to diverse discussions and opinions and people's inputs. Clear, constructive criticism and clear, constructive appraisal of our activities, our communique, decisions as a party. Those that the communique sought to bring back to the folds of the party are those that went through legal process within the party internally, and some punishment or pronouncements were made on their membership status. Diverse issues came up. Certain committees were set up to look into issues, and the party in the end recommendations were made, and punishments in quotes meted out to such people. We all know that sometimes punishment is not just to punish or to discomfort you, but it's a process of reformation to at least reorient us and even get us back on our feet proper. So the party has sat down, critically looked at the state of the party, has considered a lot of suggestions that had come right from even last year till date. Issues about our membership and people who were asked to step aside, and leadership in their right minds, with the full support of the rank and file of the party, issued such communique. But the caveat here is that anyone who, in his or her own evolution, left the party or resigned, you would need to reapply. And I think it's in order. It is not a party that asks you to step aside. You, whether you announced it or they make it public, you decided to forfeit your membership of the party. So such persons, it wasn't the party's mechanism or internal processes that took your membership away from you. It's your own indiscretion or discretion or your own decision that made you forfeit your membership. And the party has some clauses and regulations in our constitution where if Moro today is elected as a parliamentary candidate for a certain constituency, and I decide as a party member to support, openly at least support Elikem, who is not on our party ticket, automatically are forfeited my membership. So those people clearly should know the clauses and what's contained in our party constitution. And before the elections, I mean, we can speak to one prominent figure of Honorable Alakojo Trematin, who announced publicly that he had left the party, he had resigned once again from our party. And we saw some party members then who went out openly, even on media platforms, to campaign for the candidature of Mr. Alatrematin. And the moment you go against or go to support anyone other than who the party had rightfully voted for to lead us in any parliamentary or general elections in the country, that's automatic forfeiture of your party membership. And I believe those people at the time knew what they were doing and the consequences of their actions. So those people would also be contained in the bracket of those that would have to reapply. Otherwise, if there was any internal process that suspended a few people or in a way punished a few people in the party, punishments are meant to reform us. Recently, we saw the president granting amnesty to certain people who were put behind bars. For whatever reason, we do not see being reprimanded as a means of punishment necessarily, even though you go through some level of discomfort. It's to help reshape. Are there things that we did in the party that after going to sit back and watching on, we could have done better? Everyone is welcome at this point. It's part of our restructuring process to make sure that we are that fortified party, the kind of unity we experience through our conference and moving on in our internal processes and all that we need to do. We would need a unified, fortified party. However, that unity should be premised on rule of law. That unity should be premised on the fact that whatever we do, we should seek the interest of our political party first and foremost. And the party is bigger than any other person. So if, in a way, our actions and inactions were, somehow contrary to what's contained in our constitution, and the constitution was triggered, and some actions taken against you, we would plead with such people that they do not take it personal, that the party was not unjustifiably coming after them for whatever reason. The party rather was trying to make sure that it's unfortunate, but the constitution had to be respected, at least to serve as deterrent to others. In the end, we are all to come back as one people, come home, come and reorganize with us, come and regroup with us, come and help make our internal processes much more glorified and much more united in our quest to come back in the shortest possible term. So yes, that is the encouragement to all of us.
Okay.
And I believe those that are meant to come back, those that the communique is meant for, will take them in good strides and come back. As to the other issues raised, as to how long they can spend in the party before they can contest for any other position, I believe, just like we say, the Constitution is a living organism, for example, and it keeps evolving, it keeps metamorphosing, and it keeps changing. In the same way, decisions are not cast in stone, and they are not, you know, they are subject to review, and we are malleable. We are able to adapt to situations and look at what is best for the party. So I believe that after they are coming, if the party sees that everyone is demonstrating goodwill, everyone is demonstrating our transformation, and as we are rather rallying behind the flag and the elephant, I believe some modification can be done to vary the terms of their coming back. But as it stands, we welcome them, and we are one family, and we hope to work together.
I listened to an interview that Dr. Kennedy granted, and for him, the condition precedent, which you have to satisfy, which is that you have to reapply.
For those that went out on their own.
Exactly. He thinks that that caveat smacks of insincerity, because his argument is that if you want unity, you want to foster unity, you want to bring everybody together as you're claiming, then don't put any administrative hurdles in the way of people who generally want to come back. How do you respond to that?
We appreciate everyone's input. Dr. Kennedy, a very strong voice within our party.
In fact, he is even saying that, as far as he's concerned, he's still a member of the NPP.
Well, membership is voluntary.
Yes.
It's when you go up, I mean, contrary to the dictates of our constitution, that you either self-exit or the party internal mechanisms will be triggered to forfeit your membership. But in a way, I understand we need to regroup. I understand we need the unity. But it shouldn't be a wholesale, in my opinion. There are people who left on their own. Not that the party triggered any internal process against them.
Okay.
Should we then say that we've granted Honorable Alacho Martin an amnesty to make him an NPP member, even when he doesn't want to be an NPP member?
Right.
He publicly announced. He called the media persons.
So you're expecting him to also publicly announce?
Not necessarily publicly announce. You could go through a lot of channels. You could apply at the polling station level. You could apply at the constituency level.
So I see where you're coming from. So
So
see, from the very minute you declare that you're not a member of a party,
yes,
what it means officially is that you don't have anything to do with the party.
Yes.
And so if you want to start having something to do with them,
then
you have to
need
apply.
to show that I want to come back.
Okay, so here's the thing. Does it mean that every member of a political party is so officially? I don't like you get the point I'm making. Yeah. Is there any?
Do you come in officially? Not necessarily. It's voluntary.
I want to become a member of the NPP.
It's voluntary.
Do I need to apply?
You go, you apply, or you go to register or apply at the polling station or constituency. Or you can even go to the national.
So you can be a member of a party, but you may not be officially recognized.
Every recognized member of the party is
you have a party
one
card.
that has registered formally with the party and is in good standing, where you contribute something by way of dues.
Okay.
To
Until you
the
satisfy this requirement, you
Yes.
can at best be called a sympathizer.
You could be with the
Or
party,
just a
but
fan
in terms
of the party.
technicalities and our books and registry,
Yeah.
you can't be a member of an association
And do nothing.
I can't sit at my mile 7 and say that I'm part of East Legon Executive Club.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
Doesn't
You
work
need to apply.
Yeah.
You need to show for you to be vetted and approved to be part of the executive club. But the ways around political parties are different. You enter voluntarily, but your exit could also be voluntary or internal processes. Those that were affected by internal processes, we're asking you to come back. But if you were in, and the moment you join, you should be able to subject yourself to the constitution of the party. But if you decide to go out on your own without anyone pushing you away, then in your coming back, it is only right that you go through certain processes to say that, you know what, I left and I still want to come back. To give that blanket amnesty to even those that went out on their own, maybe leadership can reconsider the position based on the feedback we are getting. But I believe there should be some effort by those who went out on their own if they indeed want to come back.
It's interesting. When this idea was mooted, I believe it was during the MPP's thank you tour. I think it's thank you. So thank you tour. Which some people say should have been an apology tour and so on. And I recall that Kennedy Japan was the first to make this suggestion. That the thank you tour will not be complete without granting amnesty. Granting amnesty to persons who have left or have been dismissed or have been suspended. You recall that when that matter came up? And the reason why I'm bringing this matter was that it was quickly rubbished. I don't want to mention it. I must have been, I should. I must have been, I think, either, what's the name of this? Ganana B or one of your, I forgot the person, but that was somebody of some ranking. It's no, it's not, the party can do with what they have. You don't need all these,
everyone is important.
But I get it.
I did not know, of course, I didn't listen to the latter parts of what you just said. That the party can do with what we have. The party will
anyway,
need,
so Guy G,
the party will,
your friend
need,
Guy G, he said credit Kennedy Japan. He just sent me a message.
Everyone deserves credit in our party for whatever the person is doing to help the party. And if that particular stance was vehemently pushed by Honorable Kennedy Japan and the party supported it, so be it. We shouldn't let certain biases and choices, push us as though we are against ourselves. Self against self never wins any fight.
That's fine.
But I believe in the core. That those that left, knowing the clauses in our constitution and they voluntarily announcing to the public that they are done with the MPP. We should find ways to come back.
All right. So let me quickly do this. So Victor Usu, Victor Usu Boateng. I believe this gentleman is watching us over there. I believe it's America or somewhere, but he's a fantastic critic. He would feed you back, he'll send you WhatsApp messages and so on. It's his fantastic guy. Now he says that, he says, good morning, Moro. It says, why should a prophecy about an individual be the cost of the nation? When I go and sleep with someone's wife and the man curses me, should it be the responsibility of the nation to spend money to avert the curse? People should know that our own deeds are what will lead us to death. Greed and dishonest and lack of integrity is what will continue to kill us. Kindly help to shape the thinking of politicians, since the actions and inaction affect all of us. They should stop their politics and use data to develop their country programs, and development should not be based on emotions and politics. Have a good morning. I am out now. Okay.
Ghana has set record to be the first country in Africa. To use state funds to reach.
Yes. And this one here says, good morning. The MPP amnesty is a charade or charade. Charade, yes. Is a charade because if the party had not lost the 2024 election miserably, there wouldn't have been any amnesty. They should learn from how the NDC did it in welcoming back leadership and members of the DFP led by Dr. Obed Asamoah and Bedzeding, now MP. That's said a year from GBC. Now, this one here says that... okay. Someone is playing mischief. Anyway, so Prosper Ashikwe from Asylum Down says that, tomorrow, trust me, MPP is still at a loss as to why and how they lost the election or the last election. They're still engaged in the phone jives and the needless propaganda. Ghanaians are too smart now. They see and know everything that goes on. Good to see my brother Eli came on the show. Send my regards. That's from Prosper Ashikwe. Now, Ebo Bachman, he's a strategist in the Alan camp. The movement for anyway, you know, Alan says he's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming to contest.
In 2020, yes. But you're granting him amnesty. He too is doing his thing.
No, I think he'll be part of those that will have to reapply.
But he won't. I doubt he will.
No problem.
Anyway, so Ebo Bachman says that the NPP is not a party you can leave and return to without facing consequences. Now, this so-called amnesty is far from a genuine act of reconciliation. In fact, the arrogance with which they extend this so-called olive branch is deeply annoying. It says this is a party that repeatedly disregards its own constitution. A party like that is not worth returning to. Now, if you go back, they will use you for your own political gain and discard you the moment you're no longer useful. That's their parting. Just look at how Kwabena Japan was treated in the last elections. We're not going back. We're content where we are.
How was Kwabena Japan?
We're going back.
We understand. We understand. But I mean, let's put issues in their right perspective. Honorable Kwabena Japan contested. He lost an internal election, and he even came on board to campaign with the flag bearer. So how was he treated in the last elections? I would wish our brother finishes that with better and further particulars on his claims.
All right, that's fine. So, 5 minutes so that we can do any other business.
At the mention of this amnesty, not necessarily related, but what came to mind first was Mr. Paul Afoko. And then when you read that message of what
Ebo Bachman,
what someone said that it is shrouded in some kind of arrogance and it's not genuine, that was still Mr. Paul Afoko who came to mind.
Right.
And I need not to belabor the points on how he was treated in his own party. I do not think that the likes of Mr. Paul Afoko need to even state that he's no more a member of the party or come out to even say he's getting back or whichever one. But I do not think that the way somebody like that was treated over an 8-year period would want him to wish to ever be publicly seen and do things that are MPP-like. So it's not only about those you may have sanctioned or expelled or who have exited and all that. But you see, Moro, the crux of the problem is that the MPP leadership, together with their council of elders or their stalwarts, failed the party. I'm referring to those who played active role in the past 8 years and failed to speak out. Because they were scared, they were not men enough, they were not courageous, and they failed to speak up to how President Akufo-Addo and his vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, ran down the NPP. Why are they in the state they find themselves today? A party that has consistently run for 8 years and come out. You can cite the NDC era as well. It was not such decadence. But you have allowed two personalities, to hold the entire party to ransom for 8 solid years. And nobody could say a word. If you dare utter a word, you are dealt with. They have power. And it is so bad what leadership became during the tenure of President Nana Addo and Alhaji Bawumia. And we saw even the primaries leading to the presidential elections and all of that. And I am aware, look at, for instance, they want to propose that, it is part of their, it's none of my business though, but as an onlooker, I may also comment on that. You want to elect, for instance, your presidential candidate before electing your parliamentary candidate. So what it means is that these parliamentary candidates, who some may not be the chosen ones after that, would rather be the ones to be deciding who becomes the presidential candidate for you. What is the motive behind this? There's a certain belief that the current crop of personalities over there can play still to the tune of Nana Addo Bawumia camp. I am told that lately the former president is no more on the side of his vice president
is speculated.
Yeah, these are speculations I have heard. It's not authenticated. I have heard from a grapevine.
Okay.
And so when I hear things of this nature, I laugh because the NPP has identified the problems, but they are still failing to tackle the problem head on. And they are pretending and circumventing around the problem, making it look like, oh, let's do this, let's extend the olive branch to these people, let's do that. That is not the problem.
Okay.
I have not been privy enough to chance on the report of why you failed the election and why Dr. Baumia, who was your most credible candidate, presented you with the most embarrassing defeat in your history. That report should be able to be sincere enough to tell you that, hey, we think the president handled things wrongly. The Ghanaian people decided to show you that how you were doing this, how you were communicating, how you were rubbishing it in our face did not speak well. But if you do not want to do that and still, you are making it look like it is not about the people who have left the party. It is about the people who are within the party are still more than those who left the party.
Okay.
And the people who are within and
so let me apologize to you. We have to take a short break. It's in less than 1 minute.
Good.
So we'll take that break. We'll be right back. Okay. You're watching Good Morning Ghana.
Send your blessing, come down. Just send your blessing, come down. I just want food. Just send your blessing, come down. Yeah, send your blessing, come down. Just send your blessing, come down.
Yes. Please, there's something happening here. Just watch. There's something happening here. Elikem has taken it up. He says since he doesn't know who's Annie's boyfriend is, he wants to take up that role. Yes, we don't know, so he can take it up. He wants to take it up. Yes.
Oh.
Hey!
Yes.
I don't get the packet. Wow. No.
So this is from the three of us to say we
no. We need the packet to
a glorious happy birthday.
Happy.
So the two of us sang the song first. Now you join us to sing the same song.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yes.
May God bless you now.
How old are you now? How old are you now? So let's do this. Let's celebrate our queen. In grand style.
Yes.
Yes, to what? To long life,
sorry.
Good health, prosperity, and everything that she wishes for herself and more.
Yes.
We'll count from what? 5,
down
4, 3, 2, 1. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Oh, I like this. What's this? Happy birthday, Annie. Is that her favorite color? Yellow?
She's so bubbly.
What's her favorite color?
Also,
what's her favorite color?
I don't even know. No, my favorite color is
The Gbese Manche Homo War Festival and Business Summit has been organized to promote tourism, cultural diplomacy, and international business relations between Ghana and the diaspora. The 3-day event is scheduled from 26th to 28th of September 2025